This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. For your entertainment, Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK 304. Or call 800-765-8255. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right. Hello, West Virginia. We are back for more in the 304. Time to get it done in the 681. Time to start this 3-hour audio tour for Friday, February 20th, 2026. Metro News Hotline. Metro News Hotline comes to you from the Salango Law Studios. Visit salangolaw.com. Coop, I got a quick question for you.
Yes, and 12.
I was out. I had to leave a little early for the old show today, and you sent me some videos.
Oh, yes.
Which I received in the car.
Okay.
So I haven't watched them.
Just don't watch them around Linda.
Okay.
No, I'm just okay.
Are they pertinent to today's show?
You'll need to watch them before 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah. So get on it, Dave.
Okay, right. I'll get right. I'm so busy with the show.
I'm sorry to interrupt you with my 7-second video clip. I know that you have a lot going on.
No, but it is something where I look like, okay, this is an important message. It's a video when I'm driving,
That's because words can't explain.
Okay, that's fair.
Words can't explain.
Let me ask you this. Do these videos have anything to do with today's buy or sell segment?
Yes, that's why you need to watch it before 4. This topic is approved by Carl Lee.
Really?
He thinks it would be a good buy-sell topic.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, now you got my attention.
Yeah.
Got my attention. Wow, what a beautiful day.
Oh, man. Holy cow.
Day.
I know it's not forever. I know it's only today and maybe a little tomorrow or whatever, but, man, does that make you ready for spring.
Lots of sunshine out there. A lot of wind. A lot of wind. But, that happens in the spring, right? That happens in the spring. So enjoy it. Try to get out there. Ryan, what about your topic? You good to go for buy or sell? You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Quick side note, for the past few days, you've been like, oh, yeah, the next U.S. men's hockey game at the Olympics, U.S. versus Latvia, U.S. versus Latvia. Mm-hmm. I look up at the TV, it says U.S. versus Slovakia.
Oh, is that who we're playing?
Yeah.
By the way, Ryan and I were just...
They're over there. We're here.
We're those guys, the other guys. Them folks across the way, they get scholarships too.
They're not making a movie of this. That's okay.
Oh, they probably will. Yeah, they probably will. It was funny. Ryan and I were just getting a little glimpse of the NBC main studio in Italy, where Tirico is. And it reminds me, it's like, gosh, the Winter Olympics are ending this weekend. I wonder who's going to rent that apartment when NBC pulls out.
Yeah.
It looks so comfy, like chairs and the crackling fire, and it really looks really
very cozy.
It's very lodge.
Do you think it's one of those places that's so elite they only rent it out so often? Because I've been to a city before where I got like a really good deal, like a friend of a friend hooked me up with a nice place, that was like super elite. It's like, man, we're going to be staying, and then you get up there and it's like all mothballed and stuff because nobody ever gets it.
Oh my goodness! So we are in tune with the old hockey. By the way, talking about the weather today, 68 degrees. That would make it Yarmer Yager degrees.
Oh,
so
sounds like a drink.
Not too bad. Did you see our food of the day is about a candy bar?
Oh.
Did you see which one it is?
No, I did not. Not yet.
Which is it?
Zagnut.
Oh, a
What is
Zagnut.
Zagnut, which is a really controversial. Is there anybody alive that is kind of ambivalent on Zagnut? You either really like them or you really
I'm interested
don't.
if Ryan even knows what one is.
I don't.
You don't know. Okay.
Is this like some kind of Soviet chocolate?
No.
From
it's got a really interesting history.
It like looks kind of hairy. Like it has stuff on the outside. You know what I mean, right?
Yes.
I'm thinking the right one, right?
A Zagnut bar is peanut butter in the middle, and then has a coconut outside.
Yeah,
and it doesn't really have a lot of chocolate on it.
Right. It's like toasted coconut or whatever. And the main thing I remember is just that they're so messy.
Yes.
Like they like fall apart if you try to eat them because all that coconut's on the outside.
But you may not know this, but the Zagnut was actually first created by the Clark Bar Company in Pittsburgh. And then eventually it changed hands a couple of times and then got to Hershey. And then Hershey used to manufacture them in Reading. And then when they closed the Reading plant in 2009 to open up their new facility in Monterrey, Mexico, that's where they make the Zagnut and the Peppermint Patty and the Fifth Avenue. Those are all made south of the border. But nobody is ambivalent about Zagnut. You know, you either really some people think that it's the best candy bar on the planet. Others think that it's an abomination.
The name is interesting.
It is.
Do any provenance there? Was it named after like Josiah Zagnut or anything like that?
That's
because it's a name that seems like it could be like, it almost sounds like it could be a pejorative of some sort.
Yeah.
But it also seems like it could be like a sci-fi term, you know, like you put the Zagnut in the wobulator and you hit the compressor or whatever. I don't know. Zagnut is an interesting term. I don't know. It also seems like something that maybe could be in the Urban Dictionary.
And we are playing Slovakia. That is correct. Slovakia is our opponent today.
The uniforms are already confusing me.
Yeah. I agree. We're in white, though, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it looks like we're in white. So Canada won today. They beat Finland. Finland had a 2-0 lead. By the way, Sidney Crosby did not play in the game. And the Canadians scored with 35 seconds to go in the third period. So they are already through to the gold medal game. That's going to be Sunday. Coop, it's Sunday morning at 8 a.m.
Oh, good time. Oh, what do you know? Right in prime time.
Oh.
Yeah, you always talk about how Sunday's the most watched day for TV.
No, Sunday night is the most watched time.
Does it matter? I'll be up. I'm always up.
Well, I guess I'm going to be up too. I mean, I suppose I'm. Well, I'll be up too. I guess if the United States plays Canada in the Olympic hockey final.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. That makes me a little excited.
Okay.
You know, a lot of times I'm up on Sunday morning. Maybe I'm banging around, cleaning the house a little bit, listening to a little music or something like that. The girls usually sleep in a little bit on Sunday if I'm lucky. Maybe not till. I didn't mean if I'm lucky.
You are lucky.
That slipped out.
You are lucky.
No, but seriously. Watching a little bit of hockey before they get up might not be such a bad thing.
And, it's kind of ingenious on the broadcaster's part because if you air it early, that'll give the losing team the entire day to just stew in their malcontent.
Well, that's the entire day here. Over there, it must be prime time, right? Or something closer to it.
Yeah. It's about a 6-hour time difference.
But for the U.S. and Canada, if it's them, then that's going to be an entire day of people being real mad. And
it does it is going to give you an entire day of USA versus Canada smack talk.
No doubt.
That is true.
Yeah, it'll be a big social media day. No doubt about it. I thought that was interesting. So, Ryan, and this is not a put down. Zagnut, you'd never experienced one.
Yeah.
So, Coop, we probably have like a list of candy bars that you and I have at one point in our lives experienced that Ryan has not.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
And that's just the nature of the
They've
thing.
consolidated over time, and the less popular brands are either gone or you don't find them as often. You have to find them in different places.
Dave Allen and I were talking about this a little bit off the air. Maybe we should have talked about it on the air. About what candy bar do you think you've consumed the most in your life?
Now, one thing about Dave is when he worked for Parmar is he would always come back with all kinds of experimental candies, which was always interesting. Like, like the vendor people would bring in like, hey, this is what we're rolling out next year, and like the double sugar Sour Patch things or whatever. And he would have like tons of different stuff to experiment with, which was kind of interesting. But anyway, what was it?
So what do you think? What do you think?
The one I've had the most?
Which candy bar do you think you have consumed the most in your life?
It's had to be Snickers, just because of its ubiquity. It's everywhere. Like everywhere. Like it's not necessarily always my favorite, but it's always the least bad of bad choices. If you go somewhere and there's no good ones, you're like, at least I can have a Snickers or whatever. So I think it's probably Snickers just from default, because if there's a lot of stuff I don't like, then I'll grab a Snickers.
When I started thinking about this question, I thought, well, I've got this list, a couple of things that I like right now immediately came to mind. But that's probably not what I ate as a kid. When you're a kid, you eat all kinds of stuff. I don't think I ate a lot of Reese's Cups when I was a kid, but I really like them now.
I didn't either. That's more of an adult thing for me, too. Did you read the descendant of the Reese's peanut butter cup formula, like how he just like blasted like how bad the ingredients that they use for and he is right. I mean, even in my lifetime, you can tell that's not peanut butter they put in there anymore. What is that stuff? And what's that waxy stuff they call chocolate? I mean, it's definitely changed.
Well, goal United States. 1-0.
Cool.
15-41 first period. I read that, and that hurt me. That hurt me that he was throwing shade on one of the things that I really, really like.
But come on, in your lifetime, you know that it's not as good as it used to be.
Well, I agree, but it's still good.
Also, it's arguable that the incarnation of the Reese's Cup now is the thing that you like. That's what he's saying. He's saying that the Reese's Cup you grew up with, Dave, is gone. And now it's replaced with some kind of Frankenstein abomination of industrial.
It's not a Frankenstein.
It's definitely take a block of take a Hershey bar and dip it into peanut butter and take a bite. Now I do this and take a bite. That does not taste anything like a Reese's Cup anymore.
Right?
Hey
It's
man,
like
if there was like a little mound of Reese's Cups right here, you wouldn't take one.
I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm just saying they're inferior to what they used to be.
Well, I agree with that.
That's all. I'm not saying I don't eat them. Of course I eat them. I'm just saying they're not as good. And I remember in my lifetime that they're not as good as they used to be.
And they are inferior to other chocolates.
What candy bar do you think you've eaten the most in your lifetime?
I would say it's probably a two-way tie between Hershey's and Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers.
Because those are my two favorites.
Coop, do you still think that you have got in the clubhouse lead, which you still have a long life to go? I mean, the numbers could change.
We could hope.
You think that Snickers is your clubhouse leader?
Only because I remember when I was in South America, a lot of times they didn't have if I just needed something that I was familiar with, they didn't have a lot of stuff that I wanted, but that you could almost always find a Snickers, and I just remember that being relatively common anywhere, because it's not like I'm super picky, but if it's a bunch of stuff I don't know or a couple things I don't like if it's a Zero bar and a Snickers, I'm just going to get the Snickers.
Access is important too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and I was kind of spoiled in that regard. When I was a kid, I lived like 3 blocks from Helmick's Market in Bridgeport, so I would walk past it all the time, and they had a big selection. You might have grown up a little closer to where, hey, man, Snickers, that's all they got.
You know how I grew up? My dad worked for both Keebler and Frito-Lay.
There you go. Perfect.
That's how I grew up.
All right, Jeff Jenkins sat down. Jeff, what candy bar do you think you've consumed the most in your life?
Oh, the most? It's probably a Snickers, but because I started going to that like in college, I think, and so unfortunately, probably Snickers. I had a couple Snickers last night. The minis.
Oh, yeah.
The minis, which somehow I justify. If not, I tell you what, one I used to eat a lot growing up that I haven't had for years. I think they've changed this too. Charleston Chew.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, I was about to give Ryan a list of the things that he probably has not experienced. Have you ever had a $100,000 bar?
No, I can't afford that.
Okay, good. That's a good answer.
Yeah,
have you ever had?
Have
you ever had a Clark? Have you ever had a Clark bar?
No.
Oh, Clark bars and Zagnuts.
That's the food of the day because today is the anniversary in 2009 of when they closed the Hershey candy factory in Redding and moved to Monterrey, Mexico. So in Monterrey, that's where they make the Zagnuts and the peppermint patties and the Fifth Avenue. Those all come from south of the border now.
Is a Clark bar still around?
Clark's bar is still around. And at the beginning of the crosstalk segment, I reminded Coop that the Zagnut bar was originally created by the Clark company, which was founded in Pittsburgh, but eventually made its way to Hershey.
Yeah.
So
I like Zagnut. There's not too many candy bars I don't like.
Are you guys ready for spring training baseball games?
Tomorrow.
No, today.
Yeah, today, but
the Reds play tomorrow.
Reds play. Pirates play today?
Pirates play tomorrow in Sarasota against the O's.
Yeah.
But there's a whole host of spring training games today. We got some news about college baseball today too. But today is also one of those days where you have some major league teams that are playing collegiate teams. Didn't WVU play? Didn't they play the Diamondbacks a couple of years ago?
Maybe,
in a
yes.
game?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Well, WVU Baseball, the news about WVU Baseball, and Coop, we kind of foreshadowed this on the show yesterday. They are in Lynchburg to take on Liberty this weekend. Their first game in this series starts in about 40 minutes. The game on Sunday has been moved because of the weather. So they're going to play doubleheader tomorrow in Lynchburg starting at 1 o'clock.
I love baseball. They always do that.
I know.
They look ahead for the weather, man. They start making adjustments.
That's so smart, too. That's absolutely smart. Let me get the question of the day out there today. So the question of the day, the United States Olympic hockey team is playing right now in our broadcast window. We're going to know before the show ends today whether or not the United States is going to play Canada on Sunday morning for the gold medal in the Winter Games in Italy. So I was thinking about this morning. And this question of the day is sponsored by Salango Law. What medal in the Olympics would you rather see an American team win more? A gold medal in men's basketball or a gold medal in men's hockey? Which medal in the Olympics would you rather see an American team win more? A gold medal in men's basketball or a gold medal in men's hockey? And this question it's got a couple of different angles on it. So I'm really interested in your thoughts on this. To respond, text those in 304-TALK 304. 304-8255-304. You can tweet me. I'm at Weekly, W-E-E-K-L-E-Y. One word, 3 E's, W-E-E-K-L-E-Y. All right, Jeff, what's going on in West Virginia today? Got a couple of really tragic stories and other stuff. What's happening?
We do. There was 2 men killed in Huntington, Dave, in a shooting this morning. And one of the gentlemen, his name is Darius Johnson, 39, coach at St. Joseph Catholic Middle School. Team just won the county title in middle school.
They were undefeated, right?
Yeah, undefeated. And he was one of 2 men shot and killed. The other one, Adrian Phillips, shot and killed in a parking lot in a 300 block of 14th Street around 2:30 this morning. Huntington police haven't released much more other than that. They released the initial information this morning, then came out with the names a couple of hours later. So we've got that story at the website. There was a double murder-suicide in Summersville, where police believe a man shot and killed his wife, his mother-in-law, and then himself. We've got that story also at the website. And then a busy day at the legislature. The state Senate passed their version of the budget bill and also a 10% tax cut today and sent that to the House of Delegates. The House is not, in their proposed budget, they have nothing of a tax cut. Of course, the tax cut is supported by the governor. The Senate chairman of the Finance Committee, Jason Barrett, did say today, we just want to get this over on the other side so we can start some negotiations. They've got about almost, the 14th, March 14th is when the session ends. So you still got 3 weeks.
Jeff, what's your spidey sense telling you about this? Is that going to pass?
Well, it's legislature, it's a horse trading. You don't know. I think it's maybe more likely that a 5% cut passes, if you had to bet on it, than a 10% cut. Then there was a lot of discussion today about the Hope Scholarship, although that bill was pulled from the agenda today of the House Finance Committee. Brad McElhaney was there. That's our lead story right now. You can read about that at WVMetronews.com.
But there's a politics angle in the tax cut business,
yes,
right?
There is.
Because you don't want to be in the position of, hey, I voted against a tax cut, right?
Yeah.
Your opponent would obviously throw that up in your face the next time you run, despite the fact that you're probably going to pass at least a 5% cut, right?
Right. Well, we'll see. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of angles on that. And the key thing I think here is that it's passed early, so that gives some time for negotiations between the 2 houses, and we'll see what happens there. Also, Dave, there's some weird weather. Like today, we've got the very windy, as you mentioned. There was a flood warning for a couple of counties that's going to expire at 4:30 today. But there's a winter storm watch, and it'll probably turn into a warning. Saturday night through Monday afternoon in the highest elevations, lake effect snow, big time, 5 to 12 inches.
My goodness.
Of snow for some of those higher elevations counties. We got a little story posted at the website.
Now here in Charleston, we're not supposed to get that much, like 2 inches maybe.
Flurries and maybe. But it's very much a lake effect deal.
Coop putting you out to work on high school basketball tonight, or
we've got 3 games tomorrow. There is high school basketball tonight on 580. Tom Bragg's doing the game.
Okay.
Nitro and Hoover.
Okay.
Then we got 3 games tomorrow from the MSAC.
Oh, nice.
Day of Champions, including the girls and the boys championships.
Which one do you have?
3 of them.
Oh, are you going to do all 3?
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at him. He doesn't have time for candy bars.
No,
He's got to work,
yeah,
man.
Jeff's going to be all about it.
Bring me a Clark bar.
Jeff, thank you.
All right, see you.
All right, we'll take a break and come back with more in a minute.
Hi, I'm Matt Bainbridge. I'm a principal with CEC and the survey practice lead in West Virginia. My journey with CEC started as a staff consultant in 2014. From surveys to well pad design, CEC.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kurtzville. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement, and we craft detailed financial plans for people like you because you're building your retirement your way. You deserve advice that's built to handle what your life brings. To meet with your Stike team advisor, call us at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Lawrence. Make plans to join me at the Mountain States premier fishing, hunting, and outdoor sports show presented by Can-Am, Saturday and Sunday, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Over 200 vendor booths and 100,000 square feet of everything outdoors, all under one roof. Great prizes, seminars, and kids fish for free in the Academy Sports Trout Pond. It's the 24th annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Doors open both days at 9 a.m.
Are facing hunger every day. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. The state Senate's budget bill, which passed the Senate today, increases spending and also includes a 10% tax cut. Putnam County Senator Eric Tarr says that's just not a good combination.
Not only are we not holding it flat, we're going to go and exceptionally reduce the revenue that comes into the state that pays for our sewer, our water, highway roads repair.
Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Jason Barrett admitted the budget isn't a finished product. He says the goal was to get it passed, to get it to the House of Delegates, so negotiations can start on a tax cut. 10-year-old Charleston resident Leland Finley says state lawmakers should not change the Hope Scholarship. He was one of several dozen people at the Capitol today speaking against the House of Delegates bill that seeks to rein in Hope spending. Leland told Metro against the bill.
It's cool stuff that you can do with it, tutoring, like prep college. Why would you do that if you're saying prep college? Well, you're trying to make education better. I mean, it's
today, but pulled off so it can get what we talked about. Does have that as part of the budget, $300 million ending for Hope. U.S. Senator Capito continues to travel the state handing. She was most recently in Bluefield News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Worried about paying for college? Metro News is proud to present the 19th annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College, including room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to WVMetroNews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to WVMetroNews.com and apply today by May 3rd.
Brighten your mornings with Tudor's $5 Sunrise Specials. Enjoy our Mary B, egg, crispy bacon, and cheese on our buttery biscuit, loaded with more bacon than the rest. Or try the Ron, featuring a bigger, hearty sausage patty topped with egg and cheese on a biscuit so delicious you will savor every bite. Each combo comes with crispy hash browns and your choice of coffee or iced tea, all for just $5. Warm up winter mornings with this hot deal. Available for a limited time.
Katie Kellogg, the daughter of WVU women's basketball coach Mark Kellogg, has inked the first ever NIL deal for a high school athlete in West Virginia. She's the spokesperson for Vision Homes. Read more at WVMetroNews.com. There's a variety of weather impacting the Mountain State this afternoon. There's a flood warning remaining in effect for parts of the southern coal fields. A couple of wind advisories are in effect. And then there's a winter storm watch in effect for the highest elevations beginning Saturday night through Monday. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Jeff Jenkins.
Discover the WVRC Media app, your gateway to pristine audio for every WVRC radio station across West Virginia. Download it for free from the Apple or Play stores and enjoy the best music, talk, and local news from Beckley to Morgantown, Charleston to Martinsburg. Our stations are locally programmed, delivering the finest music and robust local news and sports coverage. Experience West Virginia radio like never before. The WVRC Media app. We're proud to live here, too.
All right, welcome back to the show. Coop, it's funny. We got a lot of comments about our conversation about Zagnut.
Zagnut.
Yeah, Zagnut. And one of the hot topics in the follow-up file today is our conversation earlier this week about Wendy's and the closing of locations.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess you wouldn't consider me a health nut.
Yeah, well, this show has never been...
I had Arby's for lunch.
This show's always been on the forefront of, let's see, food choice. I think that's what we call it, right? No shame. Food choice is
okay.
Is
you got the list of discontinued candy bars.
I got a pretty big one here that I did a little research on, and I have to admit that there's not as many as I thought that I would recognize. I mean, there's been some that's been discontinued, but a lot of them were discontinued in an era when I wasn't really aware of new. I don't know, like in my 20s or whatever, I wasn't really paying attention to candy bars. You know what I mean?
What's really crazy is I don't see the list, but Baby Ruth is not on that list, right? They still make that, don't they?
Yeah, it's not on the list.
It's not on the list. But Reggie is.
Reggie is on the list. Yes,
okay.
Reggie is on the list. The Summit Bar, the Marathon Bar, those are all from Mars. And the Marathon Bar was one I was remembering, but man, that thing was discontinued in 1981, and I don't know if I'm remembering that as like a 7-year-old. Maybe, I don't know, but I kind of thought about that. Nestle has had the Alpine White, the Crunch Crisp, the Butterfinger Crisp, but man, there's not a ton that Nestle has had that's gone belly up.
Speaking of Butterfinger, how about this text message? We were talking about Zagnut, 304-421. Hey guys, Zagnut is like a Butterfinger, and it's wrapped in toasted coconut. If Coop, if we had prizes, we would send this person a prize.
Yeah,
that is a great text.
It's the best description of it. In fact, I guess they don't have the layer of coconut on the Butterfinger under the chocolate, but the chocolate upgrades it because it keeps it from being so messy. As long as you eat it quick enough and it doesn't melt, you don't get that shake all over you because that's all you get with that coconut on the outside. You get that coconut
but that
shake.
shake is so good. You know, it's like it stays inside the wrapper at the end. It's like a little bonus.
Also stays all over your shirt, and when you walk into the next place you're going to go.
That's true as well. That is true as well. Let me get a couple here. 304-415. Hey, Dave, the deal with Zagnut and Payday, no chocolate, so they don't melt in the summer heat.
Yeah, great one, too.
That's a great one.
I found a survey of the most missed candy bars. Number 1 is the Marathon Bar. Number 2 would be Bar None. Number 3 would be the PB Max.
Bar None. I forgot about that. That was kind of clever. I don't think I ever had one of those.
I don't think I did it. Were they square or something? I don't know.
I don't know, but I do remember that name.
Oh, the O. Henry is number 6.
O. Henry is gone?
According to this list. Yeah, according to this list. Discontinued in 2019.
So was O. Henry, was that a reaction to the Reggie and the Baby Ruth?
Man, this isn't like the history list. I don't know. No. It's discontinued.
Well, they wouldn't name it. They wouldn't name a candy bar after an author.
Like the short story, like the author with the short stories,
and O. Henry and the O. Henry candy bar is like O-H, comma Henry exclamation
it's
point.
It's not like O. Henry. It's not. Yeah, it's not like the great short stories. No, the collection. No, it's O. Henry.
O. Henry.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry that alone should bring it back.
That's good. I don't know. I like that.
That alone should bring it back. 843-301. Hey, Dave, the Reese's grandson isn't pleased with the new product. Took out the original recipe and gone to synthetic. Yeah, we were. Boy, I tell you, Ryan was giving me what for with that, wasn't he?
Listener, perhaps part of the hashtag 170 Club, but not 180.
Hey, you know what? If you send me a text, I'm gonna read them.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm gonna read those. Let's see. Let me get a couple of quick responses to our question today. So, the United States leads Slovakia 1-0, 6 minutes to go in the opening period. This is the battle in the semifinals to see who is going to play Canada in the Olympic men's hockey final. It'll be Sunday morning in Italy at 8 o'clock. So the question is, the Winter Olympics come to an end this weekend in Italy. Hotline question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. What medal in the Olympics would you rather see an American team win more? A gold in men's basketball or a gold in men's hockey? And we've got some really thoughtful answers here. Here's Jennings. He says, hey, Dave, hockey has been hard to win. It's been hard to get gold in that sport. Gold in basketball has become the norm, especially over the last 2 decades. Joey says, hey, Dave, it's hockey. We're supposed to win it in basketball. That's probably true. 304 on X, hey, Dave, hockey. In my opinion, a basketball gold is to be expected, where hockey seems like a significant achievement. Bananas for WV. Dave, hockey. And may I say, I would like to go back to the days when it was all amateurs participating. I tell you what, I think I'm going to have to agree to disagree on that. I really enjoy the NHL players in the hockey competition. They had a lot.
I have to admit, I mean, I'm not a big NHL fan, but I felt that when the NBA players moved over to they didn't take a pause, but didn't they change the configuration of the team at some point? I don't know, like 15 years ago or something, and then they had to bring back a more heavy NBA squad or whatever. I can't remember. Anyway, I thought that was better, and it has to be better form of hockey, and it's more representative, right? Because
it's the best team you got.
Right.
Let's bring your best.
Right.
Okay?
You want to be representative of it, and amateur hockey in the U.S. is not. I mean, it's all professional, right? Because even the minor leagues are just like Major League Baseball minor leagues. They feed into it. So what are you going to get, like college players? And I don't know how you would do it anyway.
Here's a question for you. At what point did we reach where if the rest of the world had professional players and the United States only sent college players or maybe the best high school players, that team could still win? Because there was probably a point when that
we certainly thought that for basketball for a long time.
Yeah,
like that we could get away with that, but that didn't come. And with other sports, we don't even have shouldn't even really have that much confidence in
Yeah.
it. You know, I mean, certainly with hockey, it wouldn't work that way. At some point with hockey, there were like grown men with pensions playing against teenagers, right?
Right, that's exactly right. Hey, you and I were talking about this in the break. I mean, let's be real here. I mean, there's a lot of sports here. Ryder Cup, you know, we're getting dominated. I think the American teams lost 6 out of the last 8. World Cup,
yeah, that's true.
you know, it'd be a major victory if the United States could even get to the quarterfinal round. Norway is going to win the Winter Olympics. When was the last time an American man won a Grand Slam event in tennis? You got to go back to like Andy Roddick. So, hey, man, I'm all for like collecting as many awards as we can.
The big question I have, and I lost track of this since the one time that I watched it back in like 1986 or something. Did we ever get the America's Cup back, that yacht selling thing?
Oh.
Remember when we had that cat that won $1 million in a row or whatever?
Dennis
and
Conner.
Yeah. Then I think the Ocho put it up and made like a big deal of it for a long time. Like,
it wasn't the Ocho. That was basically ESPN.
It was. I know. It was like a big deal. It was like every commercial, and it got me into it. It's like, I got to watch this guy win the America's Cup. It's called the America's Cup. I'm going to watch him win. And then he lost.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, as far as I know, the entire sport disappeared. I never heard of it again.
Yeah, well, there were a couple of funny things about that. Number one, you know what the rights were for that? Like, nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And it went on,
right.
and it went on and on.
Went in like a week-long event or something.
It took longer.
And how do you do that play-by-play? You're like, here they come across the ocean.
That's true. Yeah, some of those ESPN early days things are pretty funny.
Yeah, man. Whatever happened to that, though?
I don't know.
Who has the trophy now?
Let's get into the sound of sports. Let's do a little bit of that, and we'll start with college basketball. Marshall picked up arguably its biggest win of the season last night in Boone, trailing by as many as 16. The Herd rallied for a 94-93 victory over App State, moving into a tie with the Apps atop the Sun Belt. Freshman Landon Joseph, keep your eye on this guy. 24 points, that's a career high. Biggest bucket came with 12 seconds left to give the Herd the lead. It would not surrender.
Joseph, the freshman, against Dodd, the senior. Here comes the motion. Joseph, right side, fade away, jumper, got it! Are you kidding me?
There you go with the win. Marshall's 18-10, 10-5 in the Sun Belt, tied for the conference lead with 3 games to play. Marshall shot the lights out last night against a very good defensive team in Appalachian, especially after halftime. Herd shot 69% in the second half, and for the game, they were 11-25 from deep, 15-21 at the line. They needed all of those in a 1-point win. Here's Corny Jackson after the game.
Well, I think, at halftime, we were down 9 and we didn't play great. I thought it wasn't a whole bunch of hooting and hollering at halftime. And Landon, to tell you, I just told our guys, hey, look, I thought they played like they were playing for first place, and we played like it was a regular basketball game the first half. And then the second half, we came out and we flipped our mindset, kind of flipped the script. And like I said, we had guys making winning plays. Because when you play a team of App State's caliber on their floor, with the physicality and the players that they have, you have to play every possession like it's your last. And I didn't feel like the first half we did that. Second half, we played harder and we got back in the game.
And here's freshman Landon Joseph, who took control of the game down the stretch.
Yes, sir. It's just coaches. I just believe in the coaches every day. We listen to them. My teammates we always encourage each other. So I just feel like positivity spreads through our game, and we all want to win. So.
Meanwhile, WVU is going to be looking to get back on track tomorrow at TCU. Brad Howe's going to join us live from Fort Worth at 5 o'clock today. After losing at home on Wednesday to Utah, Ross Hodge says the staff's looking at everything, from changing up the pregame routine to tinkering with the starting lineup. All right, WVU women's basketball. Mountaineers host Oklahoma State tomorrow, while Marshall's women were drilled last night on the road at Georgia Southern, 76-55 in Statesboro. The Herd never led last night and were on the wrong end of a 15-0 first-quarter run and never really recovered after that. Here's Julie Folks on the road loss.
Yeah, I was really disappointed with how we started. I felt like we understood the plan. And it had, a really good practice yesterday, a really good shoot around today, and came out incredibly flat on defense. And that put us in a really big hole. And then the second quarter, we came out and played really hard, got 5 steals, started the third quarter really well. And so there were some really good segments of that game. But obviously, when you're playing a team that good, we got to put 40 minutes together, and we didn't do that today.
All right, so Marshall's final regular season road game of the season tomorrow afternoon in Atlanta against Georgia State. Now a game and a half behind first place Georgia Southern. A home date in Huntington against the Eagles a week from tonight is looming large. At the Olympics yesterday, how about the women's hockey team? They win the gold medal against Canada in overtime. Here's Megan Keller on the game-winning goal she scored.
Incredible. It's an honor to represent our country and wear USA across our chest and to bring home a gold medal. Hopefully we inspired a nation. Hopefully we inspired a lot of little girls, young hockey players that, maybe they have a dream to come represent their country one day.
From the NBA, the regular season resumed last night after the All-Star break in New York. The Pistons, Cade Cunningham, 42 points, 13 assists as Detroit dumped the Knicks, 126-111. Cunningham says the Pistons stepped it up, playing without Jalen Duran and Isaiah Stewart, who are both sitting out for their role in the recent brawl with the Hornets.
Felt great. Missing Stu, JD, that's a big part of our team, big part of why we are where we are. So everybody had to step up, and I'm just glad we got this win.
And with the Knicks losing, the hottest team in the East, the Cavs took advantage in Cleveland. The Cavaliers romped over the Nets 112-84. Donovan Mitchell, 17. James Harden added 16. Evan Mobley returned as the Cavs won their 6th straight.
God, he's had to work here this evening. Quarters 5 of 11. Here's Mitchell working on Traore. Hesitation move goes across the lane. That's just unstoppable.
I like to wear it low, not because I got a big head or anything.
Mobley working on Sharp. Mobley back in the lineup after missing the last 7 games. He'll scoop and score with a patient move.
All right, so the Cavs are now tied with the Knicks for 3rd place in the East and are now just 1 game behind the 2nd place Celtics. From golf, second-round play continues at the PGA Genesis Invitational in L.A. Tiger Woods, the tournament host, he says he hasn't closed the door on playing in the Masters this year and is open to playing on the Champions Tour now that he's 50.
Well, the disc replacement has been one thing. It's been a challenge. I've had a fuse back and now a disc replacement. So it's challenging. And now I entered a new decade. So that number is starting to sink in, and has thinking about the opportunity to be able to play, in a cart. So that's something that I've, as I said, I won't do out here on this tour because I don't believe in it. But on the Champions Tour, that's certainly maybe a certain opportunity.
Do you have a target yet?
I don't.
All right, so that's it for the Sound of Sports. By the way, the United States has just hammered home a power play goal with 40 seconds to go in the opening period and now leads Slovakia 2-0. Let's take a break. And we'll come back with the follow-up file in a moment.
Worried about paying for college? Metro News is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College, including room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to WVMetroNews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to WVMetroNews.com and apply today by May 3rd.
Metro News Hotline, brought to you by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
The YMCA is just a start. I have had a complicated relationship with food.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Calva Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Calva, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
Steig Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement. We believe retirement starts with a plan. Saving for college starts with a plan. Your legacy starts with a plan. Do you have the right plan? Call our team at 304-443-4240 or email steig-info@wealthenhancement.com.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Spacious, smooth, and made for everyday life. It's truly a fan favorite. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra, now up to $12,000 off, or lease as low as $499 a month. So upgrade your ride this year with us at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thorough.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
It's high school basketball season, and Metro News Television has you covered. Rivalries, buzzer beaters, classic hardwood competition. Watch live and on demand from gyms across the Mountain State. Stream Metro News Television on your iPhone, Android, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select smart TVs. Or visit MetroNewsTV.com for more information. High school basketball lives here on Metro News Television.
By the way, we have our first spring training Major League game final. In Sarasota, the O's beat the Yankees today 2-0. The Polar Bear, Pete Alonso, 2-run homer for the O's in the 6th inning. Time now for the follow-up file. When we started our Question of the Day segment, we originally wanted to read all the responses, but we started getting too many to do that. Some had come in late, even after the show was over. We couldn't find a way to get that stuff into the program until now with the follow-up file. Yesterday, in a new poll, 33% of respondents refused to clean the house without their favorite music playing. The question of the day, what kind of music do you like to listen to when you need to get your work done? What artists dominate your playlist? 304-216. Dave, the Def Leppard Vault on repeat. Spent many 12-hour days that got me going the last few hours. Hysteria, Phonograph, my favorites. Other than that, Alabama. 304-541. Dave, Motley Crue when I'm cleaning, Elton John in my playlist. All right. Let me get a couple more here. The TSA banning hairstyling tools from checked bags due to gas and butane. Question of the day, what are some of the oddest things you've ever seen somebody bring on a trip? Kip, Dave, maybe not so odd but funny. When my son was 4 years old, he had a small duffel bag with toys in it. The TSA searched the bag. He had a switchblade comb his grandparents bought him. The TSA thought it was real. Rick in Salem. Dave, when I was returning from Korea in 1993, I passed through security with other soldiers and airmen. The checkpoint suddenly became a buzz, and at the scan line, I saw a firearm being removed from a carry-on bag. It was a big deal in Korea. Even in 1993, it was a lighter novelty gift. Wendy's will be closing maybe as many as 350 or so restaurants by mid-year. The question was, what's your reaction to that news, and what does Wendy's get right, and what do they get wrong? 681-471. Dave, I love their chili, but you need to be able to walk in and get the specials, not just on the apps. Good tip there. 724-970. Dave, Wendy's is okay as far as fast food goes. I've never had a terrible experience at one, but as with many restaurants, you can tell if the employees care about the food they're preparing. And for what most restaurants pay, can't say that I blame them. 304-476. Dave, this Wendy's news makes me sad. They're my general go-to for fast food. In my opinion, they have everything right on the menu. Not sure what they need to improve. 4 for $4 is a lifestyle choice. All right. Hey, thanks to everybody who sent stuff in today. I do appreciate it. We'll take a break and wrap up hour number 1 in a minute.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement. We believe retirement starts with a plan. Saving for college starts with a plan. Your legacy starts with a plan. Do you have the right plan? Call our team at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I've had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra. Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the road.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown!
All right, that's it for the first hour of the show. We'll take a break for news here at the top. When we come back, what happened on Wall Street today? Kind of a wacky day. We'll get you caught up on that. Reset our question of the day. What would you rather see the Americans win? A gold medal in men's basketball or a gold medal in men's hockey? And we'll play some buy or sell. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hoppy Kercheval,
5:55 a.m. How early did you get in that day, by the way?
Probably 3:30.
How long did you do sign-on shift?
I signed on like 7 years.
Not all.
6 days a week for 7 years.
Lightweight.
I know. Couldn't do it now. Now when I wake up at 3:30 is to go to the bathroom. And go back to bed.
Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, when we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And so, and Stephanie, I don't even know whether you know this, I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date on. I put 2025 on it. Because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore? I mean, you did it when you were in school. You did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AB, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet. And it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh, yeah, he did find something out. Something, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian.
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could.
So I don't have a monitor here, so I really can't see what happens at the beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So at what point do I pop up? When the music starts and Mr. Announcer comes on?
Yeah.
So they see all the little panic things that I do that I'm still in the process of setting up?
Yes. They see you shuffle about uncomfortably. They see you blow the dust off your headphones. They see you put in like 2 cough drops at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do 2 at the same time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know that. I should probably. Now, these shows are archived, right? So I can go back and watch them.
Yes.
So I could live this show in real time and then go home and, when I say something to Linda like, hey, did you hear when I did this? And I don't watch it. Well, let's get in front of the TV and watch me do it again for 3 straight hours.
Yes, it's archived just like the audio podcast.
Ah, that's right.
And see, this is the thing that gets the NCAA in trouble, when it goes to court here. Is there a clock or not? Greg, we talk about the clock all the time. Mm-hmm. If he began in 2019, the clock should have run out, whether he's played the 4 years or not. And that's part of the argument, because some guys go right through the clock, right? TJ Finley, we've mentioned many times on this show. 7th team coming up this year. He's playing for Incarnate Word. He's played 7 seasons at 7 different schools. Now, why hasn't his clock started? Why doesn't he have the 5-year clock? So if you're Aguilar, I get it.
He just bounced him off the ropes. Somebody save this man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Very nice, very nice. He hit him with everything he didn't want.
– 10 seconds remaining.
There'll be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up, and Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable, gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
Things aren't always going to be great. And sometimes, you can work really, really hard and it's still not great. You're still not successful. But, if you continue to do it, one way or another, things are going to be work out. You're going to be successful. And it may not be in the world's eyes, but God's made us this way. He's blessed us with so many things, and I think that's one of our attributes that we need to have is we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work hard, and if it doesn't work out exactly how we want, just keep plugging away because God's got better plans.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour, navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. Hour number 2, How Do You Do? Metro News Hotline. Here until 6 o'clock. Thanks so much for tuning in today, folks. We got a busy hour. Very busy hour. Very busy couple of hours, in fact. We'll take a quick peek at what happened in the financial markets today. We'll reset our question of the day. It's Friday at the top of the 4. That means buy or sell. So our contestants slash victims are here for that. We'll get into that. The entertainment report at 4:25. Beer Friday at 4:33 with Pat Strader. A little bit later on in the hour, we will open up the On the State file, have the 5 things to know at 5 o'clock. And we're keeping our eye on what's going on with Olympic hockey in Italy. Beginning the second period, the United States leads Slovakia 2-0. Winner of this game meets Canada for the gold medal. That will be on Sunday morning at 8 o'clock. In the 5 o'clock hour, Brad Howe's going to be here. Well, he'll be on the phone. He'll be reporting from Fort Worth, where WVU is in Texas to play TCU tomorrow. We'll play in or out at 5:25. Coop, Aristotle Jones returns to the show today. Aristotle Jones is back.
Good for him to be back.
So we'll have an episode of Sounds Good West Virginia. That'll be at 5:33. Capital Report with Jeff Jenkins at 5:40. And more of your responses to our question of the day. So let's get this thing started. And let's go ahead and begin with what happened in the financial markets today. In the markets, there wasn't a big reaction to the Supreme Court decision that the tariffs are illegal in the United States. This was pretty much baked in. There were some pockets of the market that reacted, but in general, the Dow was only up 0.5%, gained 230 points. 49,625 at the close. S&P 500 up 0.7%, gaining 48 points today, 6909 at the close. The S&P has been within 1.5% of its all-time high in every session this year. We can't seem to find a way to get over 7,000. NASDAQ was up 0.9%, gained 203 points today. NASDAQ closing at 22,886. Among stocks of local interest to West Virginia that were big percentage gainers or losers today, Amazon, which benefited from the ruling about tariffs, I guess, was up 2.4%, gained $4.80, $209.66 at the close. Alphabet was up 4.2%. Gained $12.66, $315.51 at the close today. Let's see. Nucor. Actually, Nucor was down early on the tariff news, but fought back and ended up only being down 55 cents, $179.49 at the end of today's session. In terms of the energy space today, oil, which is trading at its highest point since last October, was relatively unchanged today. It was down but only 4 cents. WTI and the NYMEX closed at $66.39. Nat gas right now up a nickel at $3.04 per unit. And what about Bitcoin? Bitcoin was up 0.8%, gained almost $600 today. A coin going for $67,687. Our question of the day. Question of the day has to do with what's going on at the Winter Olympics. Winter Olympics coming to an end this weekend in Italy. Here's the hotline question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. What medal in the Olympics would you rather see an American team win more? A gold medal in men's basketball or a gold medal in men's hockey? What would you rather see an American team win more? Olympic gold in men's hoops or gold in the men's hockey competition? You can get in there. Send us your responses, and a bunch of you already have. 304-TALK, 304-825-5304. 304. A good way to reach me also, you can get on X. I'm at Weekly, W-E-E-K-L-E-Y, one word, 3 E's, W-E-E-K-L-E-Y. Like I said, we have a ton of response to this particular question. Let me get a couple more responses. Let's see. 980. Hey, Dave and the Big Dogs. For me, it's got to be hockey. The United States has dominated basketball for many years with a few losses thrown in there, so beating the current best international teams in hockey would carry some weight. As I said, we've had a bunch of response to this, so we'll get into that in a bit. But you know what? It's time to play buy or sell. It is time to play buy or sell. We were thinking every Thursday when Amy Smith comes on the show to talk about the markets, why don't Coop and I do a segment where we use the same idea for sports, music, pop culture, and more. So that's what we're doing today. Let's get started with buy or sell. Coop, you never start. You never start.
Okay.
So what do you got? What's going on?
All
What's
right.
happening?
So I sent you guys homework. Did you guys take a look at this?
I did.
I did not.
All right.
I did not.
Are you serious? Oh, my goodness.
I did not.
Lazy bones.
I'm sorry.
All right. So
I think I saw the first clip.
Well,
I saw the first one.
Well, there was only a clip and then a link to an article just in case you preferred to read. Okay. So I'll remember to send you a 3-second clip instead of a 7-second clip next time.
Yeah.
Request for half the amount of your time, and hopefully we can get it done.
Nice.
Okay. So I stumbled across this. I kind of wish I would have done this last week now because I've seen this covered in a couple other areas now, and that wasn't the case last week. So I stumbled across this viral clip of something called Run Nation, which is do you know Major League Slapping? Have you seen this thing where like people stand across from each other, big beefy dudes usually, and they slap each other? Well, if you thought that was stupid, this is way stupider. So this is where two men, this is imported from Australia, where two men will stand about 20 yards apart and directly in front of each other, straight, no obstacles, just a straight line, just a line that's straight. They're standing apart from it. I'm trying to make it complicated, but the setup is they stand 20 yards from each other, and then they run into each other at the highest speed they possibly can, trying to knock the other person down. That's it. That's Run Nation. It's a sport that is coming from Australia. So you sprint at full speed towards each other. There's no jukes, no strategies, just pure collision. The winners decide about who's still standing, and if both are still standing, it was who was more dominant. It goes to the judges and who is more dominant. So this sounds to me pretty dumb. I'm not real sure. Like the Major League Slapping thing was pretty dumb too, but this seems pretty dumb. But buy or sell today, the proposition is it might be stupid and depraved, but man, if you had an inside line on something, you would still lay a bet.
I'm going to buy that.
Of course you are.
I'm going to buy that. I did watch that clip. So, do you win if you knock the guy out of the ring, sumo wrestling style?
I think you're supposed to knock the person down, and then it goes to the judges.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there's multiple rounds. I did not research this greatly.
Yeah, man, I think I'm going to buy that, and I might actually watch a little of it.
Yeah, this question was written for you. Yes,
I might actually watch a little of it. I'm going to buy that.
All right, gentlemen or big dogs.
Ryan?
With the combination of this and slap fighting, it's like, how can we manufacture a sport that is guaranteed to give someone CTE? It's like, what's the fastest way to get there? But as far as the money goes, sure, it's morally bankrupt, but yeah, I'd take a bet. Yeah, I'll buy.
Jeez. I have a couple friends in Australia. So it doesn't surprise me that this comes from them. They're sort of like, I don't know, kind of like Texans, just a little hillbilly with Texan.
Bigger spiders.
Yeah, with bigger spiders and kangaroos that like to knock each other out. I'm just not a betting guy. I'm just not a betting guy.
But Coop said you had an inside track.
Like Beef Tanko Brawley or whatever, ate some extra muffins in the morning, and Jabroni Johnson, he's been a little sick and he's a little, you got some inside track.
Clarence has got one bad leg this week.
I'll buy this if it's on clearance, but I'm not buying it full price. Okay. Final.
All
right, guys. I'll go next. AMC Theaters announced they will not screen a AI-generated short film Thanksgiving Day after facing online criticism. However, this thing won a lot of awards. However, social media users expressed dismay over exhibitors embracing AI content, specifically targeting AMC. Buy or sell. AI movies shouldn't be banned. Let the free market determine whether it's good entertainment or not.
Oh, brother.
AI movies should not be banned. Let the free market determine whether it's good entertainment or not. Buy or sell.
Good old bad take Dave Weekly here. He's like, oh, let's just take like everything beloved about the movie making process, the number of jobs it gives people, the amount of hours. Even the worst movies out there have significant like production processes, and let's just strip that all away for the callous coldness of pixels and like stupid data centers that is just gonna like waste everyone's time.
So I'm gonna mark you down as a sell.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dave. And you know what? Mark yourself down as a shameful host.
Okay, look. Here's the problem I have with this. Half the people that would go to these AI movies wouldn't realize that it was AI. You have to ban it. I sell.
Yeah.
All right, that's two sells. Coop, AI movies shouldn't be banned. Let the free market determine whether it's good entertainment or not.
Okay, the only real issue I have with your premise is that there's not much of a free market anymore. The market is captured, and they, quote unquote, determine on how the market reacts. I don't know that there is a free market anymore, and that goes for everything, not just entertainment. I'm not sure that it exists. I have trouble with this because I think that your proposition is ultimately correct. I think that policing things in general is not great. However, at the same time, I think that I mean, I've done the music thing and stuff like that and stuff. I mean, I have a fun time doing it. It's mostly as a goof, not as an actual artistic output and taking credit as some sort of an artistic output. I don't know. It seems to me, in full disclosure, if you're saying, hey, come see this AI movie and people go do it, I think that's fine. I don't know that if suddenly you're in a movie and all of your actors in the background are not people getting paid wages, but they're all just clones of AI, and like that to me is bad. So I think ultimately in this, until we figure out a way through it, I got to sort of sell the proposition. But I think with a future buy coming, I just think we need to figure it out how you're going to keep from, okay, well, we don't need extras anymore. We're just going to paint extras in the background. And I mean, to some degree, I think that if that's the way the industry goes, that's the free market, right? But is it the free market that's really making that decision? I'm a very soft sell right now. I can be talked into it.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Well.
Yeah.
Ryan, what's yours?
Yeah, leave it to Dave Weekly to siphon the creativity out of anything.
I'm not that harsh on it, though.
Hey, let's talk about something very human. Blockbuster Video. Is that one Blockbuster in Oregon still open, or did they finally shut down?
I think they're still open.
Well, good for them.
But we're down to one, right?
Yeah, but it used to be an institution, man. It used to be respected. It used to be all over. You could go to any town, there'd be a Blockbuster. I remember asking my mom to get me Pokemon VHS tapes of the Pokemon TV series, and she would always get the same one over and over, and I'm like, get me a different one. I want new episodes. And she's like, sure thing, Ryan. And then she just got the same one. There were others there. She just didn't bother to get them. But anyway,
salty.
Buy or sell, Blockbuster cards should be accepted as legal identification.
I love this question.
Mhm.
First of all, though, there's no photo ID on it. So that's a problem.
Yes, but
that's
it's
a problem.
But its age should be enough to verify that someone's been around long enough to get a Blockbuster
My
card.
only exception would be, if you can prove that when you returned your VHS tapes to Blockbuster, you rewound them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. If you were the right kind of customer that rewound your tapes, then you can use
Now,
that as a proper ID.
And you could get like a tax credit on it or something.
Exactly.
My main video store that I went to when I lived in Michigan, they put little happy faces on the back of your card when you rewound your tapes, when you returned them. And when you got so many, it got you a free one.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Like a free one to keep or a free one to
No,
rent?
just a rental, like a rental.
Free rental.
There you go.
That you had to rewind or they charge you.
I guess I'm going to buy this just because, how cool would it be to identify myself with my Blockbuster card? That
I think I will buy it within specifications. I think it should be allowed as an official identification for some things. Like I think there's some things that's age related and street cred related and retro related and stuff like that you should just be able to like sometimes if you're just having an argument about something that happened in the past. I have this happen sometimes with me. Like somebody that wasn't alive will be arguing something with me that I was alive for. You just throw down the Blockbuster card, be like, son, this conversation's over.
Hey, man, you remember that scene in The Big Lebowski where the dude pulled out his Ralph's card for identification?
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
All right, so Olympics. Eileen Gu. She's a 22-year-old Olympian. She is a cover model, college student at Stanford. She is an Olympic free skier. There's a little bit of controversy around her. She's Chinese-American, but she was born here in the States in San Francisco. Her mother is Chinese, and she competes for China. However, she is the most decorated female Olympic free skier in the world. Pretty awesome stuff. Some tricks she has landed this year includes the left side double cork 1260. That's 3.5 rotations for those of you counting at home. The back-to-back double corks, how about consecutive 900 on the half pipe? That's 2.5 rotations for those of you at home. She has 5 Olympic medals in her career, including 2 gold and 3 silver, and she's the number 4 highest-paid female athlete in the world. But guys, buy or sell, Eileen Gu's most impressive stat, she got a 1560 out of 1600 on the SAT college placement exam.
Okay, I'm going to sell that.
Yeah?
Because I hate those people.
Okay, all right.
That's just insane, right? That is an insane score. That's an insane score. But I think her athletic achievements are better.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so I'm going to sell.
You hear that? Brains takes a back seat for Weekly here.
Yeah, I know, but there's something to be said. Her story is very interesting, and I know that it's become kind of controversial, but you can almost wonder if she made a business choice over top of anything else because the state has helped her with sponsorships and has made her very wealthy. I mean, if you're just looking at it as your own personal, do I want to make money for my family down the line? Kind of hard to turn down that kind of money when you have it waved in front of you. It's a very interesting story. And her accomplishments are pretty amazing. There's no question. At 1560, I'll take. I'll buy it. I'll buy it for me. Yeah. That's an impressive score.
Brains in the front seat for Coop.
That's why
Weekly.
he's the EP.
Going through college, I would sometimes see classmates who were not to be too mean, but dumb as a brick, and I'm like, how'd they get here? Oh, through a sports scholarship, of course. And so
ouch.
It's nice to see athletes that are extremely well educated, and so I'm gonna buy.
All
Nice.
All right. Guys, that's it. Buy or sell another Friday. We do this every Friday at 4 o'clock. We'll take a break. The Entertainment Report is next. Stay tuned.
Don't forget about our podcast. Check out your favorite podcast provider or simply go to WVMetroNews.com and click on the podcast link. This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
The conversation starts long before the game.
He doesn't do this to other guests, but every time I'm on here, he creates distractions.
Disrespectful.
With his phone. I mean,
I have to have the phone on in case Pete Thamel breaks another story.
Oh, yeah.
Join Tony Carini, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for Three Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronews.com.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement. And we craft detailed financial plans for people like you because you're building your retirement your way. You deserve advice that's built to handle what your life brings. To meet with your Stike team advisor, call us at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Lawrence. Make plans to join me at the Mountain States premier fishing, hunting, and outdoor sports show presented by Can-Am, Saturday and Sunday, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Over 200 vendor booths and 100,000 square feet of everything outdoors, all under one roof. Great prizes, seminars, and kids fish for free in the Academy Sports Trout Pond. It's the 24th annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Doors open both days at 9 a.m.
Today.
ABC Entertainment News.
What are you? Woody and Buzz are back to take audiences to infinity and beyond in the official trailer for Toy Story 5. In the trailer, Woody reunites with his original toy family and faces off against LilyPad, a high-tech smart tablet voiced by Greta Lee. Toy Story 5 hits theaters June 19th. Disney is the parent company of Pixar and ABC News.
And the Oscar goes
the first presenters have been announced for the 98th Oscars. Last year's Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor winners Adrian Brody and Kieran Culkin will return to pass out trophies, as will last year's Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress winners Mikey Madison and Zoe Saldana. The Oscars, hosted again by Conan O'Brien, air March 15th on ABC and stream on Hulu. Country superstar Riley Green will appear in the new Yellowstone spin-off Marshals, debuting March 1st. Green plays Garrett, an ex-Navy SEAL who seeks help from Luke Grimes' character, Casey Dutton. And happy birthday to pop star and beauty mogul Rihanna. She's 38 today. Andrea Dresdale, ABC News.
Andrea, thank you. Tonight on the broadcast nets, a lot of sports on CBS at 8 o'clock. This is UFC, followed by an evergreen episode of Survivor at 9 o'clock. NBC, of course, continues with Olympic coverage of the Winter Games from Italy, and Fox has got college basketball tonight starting at 8 o'clock. We'll take a break here at the bottom of the hour. When we come back, Pat Strader will be by with another episode of #Bear Friday. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. The proposed state budget includes a 10% tax cut. Mason County Senator Amy Nicole Grady voted against the tax cut today. She says not because she's against tax cuts, but because lawmakers passed a trigger system a few years ago that is supposed to guide them through any future tax cuts. And she says that's being ignored with this bill.
We haven't given that time, and just taking something that we worked hard on as a legislature and changing it immediately right after, I felt like it's not the right time to do that.
The Senate passed both the tax cut bill and its budget bill today. A bill to raise pay for judges is on the move.
A pay increase for state Supreme Court justices, circuit court judges, family court judges, and judges on the State Intermediate Court of Appeals is picking up steam, advanced by the House Judiciary Committee in a rapid-fire vote on Friday. House Bill 5471 would give Supreme Court justices, circuit court judges, and intermediate court judges a $5,000 raise both this year and next year, with an even more significant increase for family court judges of almost 22%. The committee voted unanimously to send the bill to the House floor following a second reference to the House Finance Committee. I'm Daniel Woods, WVMetroNews.com.
There'll be another day this session to hear proposed changes to the Hope Scholarship Program. It was on a committee agenda today, but pulled from that agenda. Finance Committee Vice Chairman Clay Riley says not unusual to pull a bill off an agenda if it needs more work. More at our website. You're listening to Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Come on, Liam, let's go. Get open. Come on, go for it. Wake up, Liam. Oh, come on, use your head. Gotta want it. Dominate.
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the WVSSAC and the West Virginia Athletic Directors Association.
Huntington police have now identified the two men shot and killed early this morning in a parking lot on 14th Street. 26-year-old Adrian Phillips and 39-year-old Darius Johnson, a local middle school basketball coach. Both died early today. Read more at WVMetroNews.com. And Summersville police continue to investigate a double murder-suicide. It's believed that Douglas Morrow shot and killed his wife, Dawn, and then her mother on Thursday before turning the gun on himself. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Jeff Jenkins.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit connecttoeffect.org to find resources and ways to stay connected. Presented by AARP Foundation with support from United Healthcare.
All right, 4:33. Coop, I'm going to give you a chance to find the beer music. There it is. Because, you know, if we don't play this, we hear about it. We'll hear about it anyway.
Yeah, the screen got resized and it kind of threw me off for a second.
Gotcha.
No, we ain't no PhDs, but there's one thing that's for sure. When the whistle blows, everybody knows it's beer o'clock. Beer o'clock, I just can't wait.
Beer o'clock.
I don't want to be late.
Beer o'clock.
You know I worked all day for.
Beer o'clock.
You know, quitting time around here is beer o'clock.
All right, welcome back to the show. Oh, you know what time it is. 26 minutes till the hour on a Friday. Oh, Lord, we need it now. Hashtag Beer Friday with Pat Strader, where we talk about beer and the craft beer industry in our state. You got a question or a comment for Pat? Shoot it to me. 304-8255, 304-304-TALK, 304. Pat, I didn't realize you just sent me a note. You're an Olympic hockey. You're an Olympic hockey nerd too.
Well, I don't know about nerd, but it was hard not to kind of get into that one.
Yeah. We're talking about the women's coach for the gold medal winning American team, former assistant coach for the Wheeling Nailers. Now, I love me some minor league hockey, and John Robleski. It's funny. He's done a wonderful job with the team. They were absolutely dominant. Makes you wonder about a couple of those teams in the AHL that decided to fire the guy, right?
I hear you.
So, I mean, he's proven to be a pretty darn good coach.
He has. And, the tie-in is, seeing that Big Timber has once again released their Nail Ale. This is a collaboration beer that they've done with the Wheeling Nailers. And so I thought I'd throw a little Cliff Clavinisms in there for everybody to wow your friends with this evening over a beer. But the Nail Ale is back. This is they describe this as a clean, malt-forward golden lager. And this is a fantastic beer. I've had it before. And again, we always talk about these collaborations and these really creative ways that breweries are working with sports teams and other organizations, and I love this, and I thought it was a perfect way to start the segment, Dave.
You know what? You're exactly right, and of course, Big Timber, you can't miss them if you're if you're in the Elkins area, you know where we're talking about. But if you're elsewhere in the state and you're swinging over to that area of the state, they're at 2 Davis Ave right there in Elkins, Big Timber Brewing. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Man, I love minor league hockey. We used to have a team here in our end of the state in Huntington. I've been to a few NHL games. But, man, minor league hockey is very cool. Very, very cool. Let's move on now. We got a couple of other things we want to talk about. Tell me about this new sour from Korber.
Yeah, from Korber, they have it's called Hustle and Bustle Raspberry Stout. And so what they've done with this is, they're a base sour that they use, and then they've added fresh raspberries into this. So, very interesting, fruit forward, and then you get that little kind of pucker factor on the back end from it being a sour. But also, Dave, you and I are both suckers for a sandwich, and they've got the Sunshine Sliders are going to be there. And it just made me think about this, that, I love that the way that our breweries work with food trucks and all the various pop-up kitchens and things like that, because it gives a really, it's a great segue for people that may otherwise not be able to try some of these really incredible food trucks. So you've got the Hustle and Bustle Raspberry Sour and Sunshine Sliders. Sounds like a good program to me right there, Dave.
Hey, let me ask you, is winter a good time for a sour? Is it seasonal?
I think it's to each his own, in terms of when and what you'd like to drink. But, the sours for me, I typically like them a little bit more in the warmer weather. It's a little more refreshing, but that's just me. Everybody enjoys the beers that they like when they want to.
Well, you can basically play it any way you want this weekend in West Virginia. I mean, it's 68 degrees here in Charleston today. And we're going to be dealing with snow on Saturday night. So there you go, Korber, right there on Brady Street in Barbersville. We got a couple more stops to make before we wrap this up. Oh man, tell me a little bit about the Hometown Brew Fest that's coming in early March.
Well, it's February, but you know what? The Brew Fest is coming, and our beer festivals are going to be starting off at March 7th. This is going to be up at Canaan Valley Resort. This is the 4th year that they have done this, and they've also got a deal too. If you wanted to stay in their lodge rooms, they're giving a 25% discount. So live music, local craft beer, food, and a great deal on staying there at Canaan Valley Resort.
You know what? If you've never stayed at the lodge, for West Virginians in the area, or if you're listening to the program out of state, that should be on your bucket list. That should really be on your bucket list to stay at the lodge. And this sounds like we'll get more details later about which beers are going to be there. But it's going to be a big deal, and there's going to be tons of music too.
That's right.
All right, let's move on, and we've got one more local stop to make. Abolitionist over in the Eastern Panhandle.
Yeah.
What's going on over there?
Well, Dave, we talk about them quite often, and for good reason. They make great beers, and they're super creative. And this is very interesting to me. It's called the Funky Jam Raspberry. Okay, so it's a barrel aged wild ale with raspberries. Now, the wild ale, these are really interesting because they do not pitch them. That's the term that the brewers use when they add yeast. They call it pitching. They do not add any yeast to it. They allow it to kind of open ferment. So it's just the natural yeast that's in the air that surrounds us every day. And it's a very old world style of fermentation, and very creative. And I would love to get over there and try one.
Yeah, I'm looking at their Facebook page, and they're saying it's 60 degrees on the patio right now. So,
man, that sounds great.
That does sound pretty good, right? So Blue Flowers, that's really good. That's at Abolitionist Ale Works over there in the Eastern Panhandle, West Washington Street, right there in Charlestown. All right. Well, good stuff, Pat. Hey, man, have you got any snow where you are left?
Well, I'm in Parkersburg right now.
Okay.
No, there's no snow, but man, I might blow away here in a moment, Dave. I don't know what the wind is like in Charleston, but it's crazy here.
It's pretty windy. It's definitely pretty windy. So, what about off season, or is there an off season for the smoker, and how do you get that thing ready for spring?
There is no off season. In fact, just last week, I ran brisket, pork belly, burn-ins, The gamut went through there. So next up is I'm going to make some more pastrami.
Listen, don't forget your old friends Dave and Coop. You know what I'm saying?
I might have to bring some down to Virginia Street for you.
I'm telling you what. And that bacon was just next level, Pat. Next level.
Yeah.
What'd you put on that bacon? It was really nice and spicy.
It's mostly just, you cure it, and then I put a black pepper rub. It's almost the same rub that I use on brisket.
Gotcha. All right, yeah. Pat, I'm going to let you go. What's in your hand, or what will be there soon? So what's the plan there in Parkersburg? You're back in your local town.
Yeah, I may either have to stop by the Net. I did have a Net burger last night, but tonight, Mark Burdett, friend of the program, brought me a bottle of Santa Spawn and the Cacao Gremlin from Corber. I believe you got one of those as well, Dave.
I did.
So I think I'm going to enjoy a Friday evening with that bottle of beer.
Hey, let me tell you one before I let you go, that when you see Mark, you tell him that he needs to come back down here, because the last time he was here, I felt like I did like a flyby with him and didn't really even get a chance to really talk to him at all. And he came bearing beer, so I was happy to take the beer, but we didn't get a chance to have a real conversation.
I'll tell him the next time I see him, Dave.
All right, Pat. Good stuff, man. Talk to you next Friday at 4:33. Have a great week.
Thanks for having me, and happy Beer Friday.
Happy Beer Friday to you as well. Pat Strader, Beer Friday. So we do that every Friday at 4:33 on the program. That's one of the longest-running segments we've got. A couple of quick things. Coop, Chris Lawrence, our conversation in the 3 o'clock hour about the Zagnut bar. Chris sent me a note. He goes, he heard the conversation about Zagnut and was inspired when he paid for gas. He got 2 of them. And he sent me a photo. So he's got one for himself, and he's got one for Ryan.
Oh, for Ryan.
He's got one for Ryan.
Yeah, okay. Well, Ryan's working in the morning, though. Work out very well for him.
Let's see. And by the way, after another epic episode of Buy or Sell, Ryan, the rye stands are out.
I know, man.
Okay,
this one, man.
304.
I'm gonna have to end up giving that kid a raise.
963. Hey, Dave, we need more Ryan on your show. Ryan's dry humor is one of my favorite parts of your show. Ryan for president. Let me get a couple of quick responses to our question of the day. Oh, before we do that, Coop, we're putting it on Slovakia. We're putting it on them.
It didn't matter who we were playing.
It's 5-0. It's 5-0 now with 23 seconds to go before the end of the second period. And I was a little concerned when the score was 2-0 because in the first men's hockey semifinal today, Finland had a 2-0 lead on Canada. Then they kind of went into a defensive shell, and you know what happens when you go into that prevent defense. You know, it prevents you from winning.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So Canada came all the way back, and they scored the eventual game-winning goal against the Finns with 35 seconds to go in the third period. But the United States, when they got the 2-0 lead, now they're really, really rolling downhill. They lead 5-0. So, you know, barring a catastrophe in the third period, it is going to be the United States and Canada for the Olympic hockey goal, men's hockey goal. That game will be on Sunday at 8 o'clock. So the question of the day is the Winter Olympics comes to an end this weekend in Italy. Hotline question of the day, and it is sponsored by Salango Law. What medal in the Olympics would you rather see an American team win more? A gold medal in men's basketball or a gold medal in men's hockey? What medal in the Olympics would you rather see an American team win more? A gold medal in basketball or a gold medal in hockey? And we have got a ton of response to this. 304-TALK, 304-825-5304. 304. You can find me on X, too, at Weekly, WEEKLEY, one word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. Jody on X. Hey, Dave, hockey gold. Great question for this weekend. Mountaineers are always free on X. Dave, basketball gold. We do have a lot of response to this. Let me get a couple more from the text line. Let's see, 801. Oh, here you go. Here's Matt in Utah listening out west. He says, Dave, I would rather see the men's hockey team win gold as they are the real athletes. Pretty good stuff. I also mentioned in the 3 o'clock hour when we were talking about candy bars, when I was a kid, I would get my candy bars at the Helmix Market in Bridgeport on my way to school. And here is a texter who referenced that. He goes, 304-276. Hey, Dave, fun fact, I played for Helmix Market as a second grader in the Bridgeport Minor League in 1973. Also regarding candy bars, my observation is the top 5 today are probably the same top 5 we had 30 or 40 years ago. Not much innovation in candy bars, it would seem. That's probably pretty accurate. That's probably pretty accurate. Helmix Market. Oh, yeah, they always sponsored a team in minor league, little league. Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. Here's Bill in Nitro. He says, hey, Dave and Coop, it's a toss-up, but I think the USA should win a gold medal in basketball because they're supposed to be the best. Where hockey, we are not always the favorites. That's pretty good logic, too. Let's take a break. We'll come back and open up the On This Date file in just a moment.
If you have a child who's a junior in high school in West Virginia or know someone that does, please listen up. Here's your opportunity to win a full scholarship from West Virginia Wesleyan College that includes room, board, tuition, and fees. The 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program is presented by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. The deadline is May 3rd. For details, go to WVMetroNews.com to apply. That's WVMetroNews.com. Remember, application deadline is May 3rd.
Hi, I'm Eli Henthorne, project surveyor at CEC. Starting my career at CEC was the best decision I ever made. I wanted to explore new areas in land surveying, and CEC offered just that. I've grown so much serving diverse markets and rapidly advancing my career, and it's more than just work. CEC is like family, supporting me every step of the way. CEC is where your career takes flight. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kurtzwell. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement, and we craft detailed financial plans for people like you because you're building your retirement your way. You deserve advice that's built to handle what your life brings. To meet with your Stike team advisor, call us at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Lawrence. Make plans to join me at the Mountain State's premier fishing, hunting, and outdoor sports show presented by Can-Am, Saturday and Sunday, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Over 200 vendor booths and 100,000 square feet of everything outdoors, all under one roof. Great prizes, seminars, and kids fish for free in the Academy Sports Trout Pond. It's the 24th annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Doors open both days at 9 a.m.
All right, welcome back to the show. About 8 minutes till the hour. Brad Howe from Sportsline is going to join us live from Fort Worth in about 15 minutes, talking about Mountaineer basketball tomorrow against TCU. Time now for the On This Date file. We'll begin with the birthdays, and as always, we'll start with the sports birthdays. Charles Barkley, Round Mound to rebound, 63 years old today. Phil Esposito, man, what a great player. A pair of Stanley Cups with the Bruins. Still doing radio with the Tampa Bay Lightning, 84 years old today. Roger Penske, team owner of Team Penske, NASCAR, Indy Cup Series, 89 years old today. Cowboy Jack Bicknell, longtime football coach at Boston College, 88 years old today. Levon Hernandez, you know, his name popped up earlier in the week. Great pitcher for the Marlins, World Series MVP in 1997, 51 years old today. Stephon Marbury having a birthday today. He's 49. And Justin Verlander returning to the Tigers this year, 43 years old today. From entertainment, Miles Teller, 39. Cindy Crawford is 60. How's that even possible? Andrew Shue from Melrose Place is 59 years old today. Rihanna, 38. Olivia Rodrigo is 23. Trevor Noah is having a birthday. He's 42. Here's a little bit of stand-up comedy from Trevor Noah.
I speak English, but here people speak American. Similar but not the same, right? It's like small things change, small things, and I accept that small things change, like pronunciation. For instance, the thing you drink, I call that water. Yes, water. In American, you say water, right? Water. Yeah, I say water because there's a T in the word, right? The glass you see yourself in every morning, I refer to that as a mirror, yeah, right? In American, you say a mirror, right? A mirror, yeah, which is not the same thing to me. A mirror is the glass. A mirror is a Middle Eastern man. Very different experience. It's not the same thing.
Not the same thing. Trevor Noah is 42 years old. Birthday anniversaries today. Kurt Cobain, was born on this date. He died way too young in April of 1994 at the age of 27. Bobby Unser, three-time winner of the Indy 500, born on this date in 1934, died in 2021 at the age of 87. Sidney Poitier, the actor, born on this date in 1927. He died in January of 2022 at the age of 94. Here's some of his work from Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
You are 30 years older than I am. You and your whole lousy generation believes the way it was for you is the way it's got to be. And not until your whole generation has lain down and died will the dead weight of you be off our backs. You understand? You've got to get off my back.
Our musical birthday to the break. Buffy St. Marie's having a birthday today. She's 85. The 5 things to know at 5 o'clock in sports are next.
Can you remember the times that you have held your head high and told all your friends of your Indian claim?
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
Steig Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement. We believe retirement starts with a plan. Saving for college starts with a plan. Your legacy starts with a plan. Do you have the right plan? Call our team at 304-443-4240 or email steig-info@wealthenhancement.com.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Spacious, smooth, and made for everyday life. It's truly a fan favorite. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra, now up to $12,000 off, or lease as low as $499 a month. So upgrade your ride this year with us at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the road.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
It's high school basketball season, and Metro News Television has you covered. Rivalries, buzzer beaters, classic hardwood competition. Watch live and on demand from gyms across the Mountain State. Stream Metro News Television on your iPhone, Android, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select smart TVs. Or visit MetroNewsTV.com for more information. High school basketball lives here on Metro News Television.
Sports headlines at 5 o'clock. Olympic hockey semifinals in Italy. The United States leads Slovakia 5-0 after 2 periods. A win by the Americans would put them in the gold medal game against Canada on Sunday morning. College baseball, West Virginia and Liberty, no score in Lynchburg, bottom of the 4th inning. Marshall baseball at the Citadel, no score, bottom of the 1st. Softball, Marshall and Jacksonville, no score, top of the 6th inning. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hoppy Kercheval, 5:55 a.m. How early did you get in that day, by the way?
Probably 3:30.
How long did you do sign-on shift?
I signed on like 7 years.
Not all.
6 days a week for 7 years.
Lightweight.
I know. Couldn't do it now. Now when I wake up at 3:30 is to go to the bathroom. And go back to bed.
Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, where we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And Stephanie, I don't even know whether you know this. I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date on. I put 2025 on it because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore? I mean, you did it when you were in school, you did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AB, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet, and it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh yeah, he did find something out. Something, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian.
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could.
So I don't have a monitor here, so I really can't see what happens at the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. So at what point do I pop up? When the music starts and Mr. Announcer comes on?
Yeah.
So they see all the little panic things that I do that I'm still in the process of setting up?
Yes. They see you shuffle about uncomfortably. They see you blow the dust off your headphones. They see you put in like 2 cough drops at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do 2 at the same time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know that. I should probably... Now, these shows are archived, right? So I can go back and watch them.
Yes.
So I could live this show in real time and then go home and, when I say something to Linda like, hey, did you hear when I did this? And I don't watch it. Well, let's get in front of the TV and watch me do it again for 3 straight hours.
Yes, it's archived just like the audio podcast.
Ah, that's right.
And see, this is the thing that gets the NCAA in trouble, when it goes to court here. Is there a clock or not? Greg, we talk about the clock all the time. Mm-hmm. If he began in 2019, the clock should have run out, whether he's played the 4 years or not. And that's part of the argument because some guys go right through the clock, right? TJ Finley, we've mentioned many times on this show. 7th team coming up this year. He's playing for Incarnate Word. He's played 7 seasons at 7 different schools. Now, why hasn't his clock started? Why doesn't he have the 5-year clock? So if you're Aguilar, I get it.
He just bounced him off the ropes. Somebody save this man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Very nice, very nice. He hit him with everything he didn't want.
Ten seconds remaining.
Going to be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up. And Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
Things aren't always going to be great. And sometimes, you can work really, really hard and it's still not great. You're still not successful. But, if you continue to do it, one way or another, things are going to be work out. You're going to be successful. And it may not be in the world's eyes, but, God's made us this way. He's blessed us with so many things. And I think that's one of our attributes that we need to have is we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work hard. And if it doesn't work out exactly how we want, just keep plugging away because God's got better plans.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's 5:06 in West Virginia. Time to start the third and final hour of our program today, Metro News Hotline. And it is Friday. So there we go. Let's get this weekend started. Kind of a warm day out there now. Let's try to enjoy it before the weather turns this weekend. Here's the fanfare.
Solo cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Soul. Somebody's working for the weekend. Everybody wants a new romance. It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Enough is enough. I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday play.
All right, there you go. All right, weekend underway, and not a moment too soon. Coop, we got the bat signal out for Brad Howe from Sportsline, and no, he's not biting on the line, huh?
So far, the Joker must be ruling the day. I'm not sure what's going on.
So we'll try to get a hold of Brad. We know he's in Texas. I wonder what happened. WV's got a basketball game with the Horned Frogs tomorrow. And that, by the way, if you don't already know, the game tomorrow is at 5 o'clock, and it's a Peacock game. It's a Peacock game. So just be aware. Just be aware that it's a Peacock game tomorrow at 5 o'clock for WVU Basketball. Really important game for West Virginia. The loss against Utah Wednesday night was disappointing, no question about it. And for the moment that it has knocked WVU off the bubble, out of the conversation for a possible NCAA tournament at-large bid. But you got a few more shots here coming down the stretch to the end of the regular season before the Big 12 tournament begins in Kansas City at getting a crack at some really good teams like BYU. TCU's a good team. TCU's got some quality wins. They got some bad losses, too. But West Virginia will be at TCU. If West Virginia would have beaten Utah on Wednesday night. I just wonder, would West Virginia be favored in this game tomorrow against TCU? The way it is now, I'm guessing the line on that game is probably going to be somewhere between 5 and 6. Frogs favored over West Virginia. We'll see. Anyway, West Virginia definitely has the firepower to win this game if they can get back on track with the shooting, which has really gone sideways the last couple of games. Not just during the shots from the field, but at the free throw line as well. West Virginia really struggled there the other night against Utah. So hopefully we'll make contact with Brad Howe at some point. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to get into, though, before we get on out of here at 6 o'clock. We will reset our question of the day. We'll get you updated on a couple of things. I mean, right now, I don't know if you heard the sports update at 5 o'clock, but we, between WVU Baseball, Marshall Baseball, Marshall Softball at this point, those games have been bereft of runs. I think all three of those events are scoreless at this point. We're keeping our eyes on all three of them, so we'll let you know what's going on with that. We can give you an update on what's going on right now with the U.S. men's hockey team at the Winter Olympics in Italy, where things are going swimmingly for the old gold and blue, for the Red, White, and Blue. 15 minutes to go in the third period, and the United States leads Slovakia 5-0. So it looks like the United States is going to be going through to the gold medal game against Canada. That will be on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Canada got a real scare today. Canada fell behind Finland 2-0 and then came roaring back, tied the game, and got the eventual game-winning goal with just 35 seconds left in the third period. Sidney Crosby did not play in this particular game, in the semifinal game for Canada. So his status, TBA, for the finals on Sunday, most likely against the United States. And, you know, after that lower body injury that he suffered earlier in the tournament, I got to believe if this is a game for the gold medal, he'll do anything he can to get on the ice. And then it'll be back to the Penguins for the second half of the season. Hopefully the injury to Sidney Crosby won't impact the Penguins, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Oh, Coop, this happened. Jeff Jenkins was on his way out the door. You know how I've started this thing that I think some people like, where we talk about the temperature.
Oh, yes. I'm famously very bad at it.
At the beginning of the show, and today was 68. And so I said, in light of the Olympic hockey fever that we have, that it's kind of felt a little Yarmer-Yagish out there.
Okay.
So
yeah,
68.
I remember that. Yeah.
We got a call, or Jeff got a call on the news line that they wanted to talk about Gail Gillingham. That's like reaching into the Wayback Machine for one of the Green Bay Packer offensive linemen from the mid-'60s.
Okay.
1965? 66. So, you know, you had a lot of really good offensive linemen for the Pack back in the 60s. Jerry Kramer, famously, and Fuzzy Thurston as well. But Gail Gillingham was a really good player. Looking him up in the Google machine, offensive lineman for the Packers, and he was an All-Pro a couple of seasons, wore 68. 68 is one of those numbers, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those numbers where it's kind of difficult to find a lot of really, really good players. But there you go. Let me do a quick reset on our question of the day, and we'll get some responses to it. And we have a bunch. So the Winter Olympics come to an end this weekend in Italy. The hotline question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. What medal in the Olympics would you rather see an American team win more? A gold in men's basketball or a gold in men's hockey? What medal in the Olympics would you rather see an American team win more? A gold in the Summer Games or a gold in men's hockey in the Winter Games? And we've had a bunch of people respond to this. You can jump in there too. 304-TALK 304, 304-8255 304. I'm on X too at Weekly, WEEKLEY, one word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. Let me get a couple of responses to this, and then we'll do a quick check on what's going on with Mountaineer Baseball, Marshall Baseball, Marshall Softball, all in action right now at this time. Let me get a couple of text messages in here. Let's see. 304-282. Hey, this is interesting. Hey, Dave, I think WVU in the 70s was as authentic as it got. I wish I could have been a part of that. Well, that's kind of an interesting thought. I mean, that was kind of my era there. I was there in the late 70s. It had its good points, mostly good points, I guess. I went through the period, though, where there wasn't a lot of excitement in football. I was there during the Signetti years, and those years were pretty dismal. But, WVU in the 70s, the whole Sunnyside scene, that was pretty interesting. Let me get a couple more responses to our question of the day. Hey, Dave, 308-43-301. Very windy in north central West Virginia along I-79 between Harrison County and Lewis County. Yeah, man, I'm sure that's the case. And that's been the case here in Charleston today. Very, very windy. Coop, did you get hit with the rain overnight last night? It was raining to beat the band at my house about 3 a.m.
Yeah, I think it did rain, yeah.
Yeah, really, really hard rain. Let's see. 681-900. Dave, there you go again with a nice, easy question.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Over what?
Well, don't you want these questions to be questions that people can answer?
Was that what were they talking about, the question of the day or some other question?
And this person says hockey. You say he would prefer hockey.
Oh, saying that. Okay, I get you. Okay. Well, okay.
The question of the day is kind of interesting. This week, we had more responses to our question of the day about coffee.
We had a lot to that.
And then Wendy's as well. You know what? Let me do something real quick here. We're still kind of waiting for Brad Howe. At this point, I don't think we're going to get.
Yeah, it looks like
I don't think we're going to get the boy.
It's just going straight to voicemail.
You know what? And I'm never going to forgive him, Coop. I'm just never going to forgive him for this.
All you got to do is bring it up every once in a while.
I'll bring it up in a very inopportune moment. Remember the time you left me high and dry?
Yeah,
I remember that too. I wanted to bring this up. We had some really good stuff this week in the miscellaneous file. Here you go. 681. Well, yesterday, in the last 5 minutes of the show, you and I were talking a little bit about the fact that the Bears want to move from Soldier Field to Hammond, Indiana, 20 miles away.
I remember that.
And I said on the air that I didn't think it was really that big of a deal, but some people are losing their minds over it. 681-981, no longer in the 2-4. Come on, Dave. You spent 6 segments just on the renaming of Heinz Field. Shots fired.
Man, that is so true.
Shots fired, and he absolutely nailed me on that.
Yeah, that is extraordinarily true. You're like, oh, those Chicago fans. But now the Swords were just measly moving a stadium 20 minutes away.
Yeah, he got me on that one. That was actually pretty accurate. 304-282. Hey, Dave. We were talking about this was from earlier this week where we were talking about the dunk contest in the NBA All-Star game last weekend. It was pretty dull business, frankly. Let's be honest. I think we've reached the saturation point in terms of great dunking. Is that fair?
Yeah.
So here's a person who says, Dave, 304-282, how about a dunk contest for NFL players? Would you watch that? Would you watch an NFL dunking contest? Because I'm thinking, as strange as that sounds, I might actually watch that.
Actually, I have to say that last year when we were talking about this, I suggested crossing the streams for the 2 very bad All-Star weekends, which is the NFL and the NBA. They're relatively close together. Cross the streams on those things, and there should be a cross competition. You should have like a dunking competition with NFL players, and then you have like a skills competition with basketball players. I think that could be interesting.
I think it could be. If there were some Steelers who were involved in an NFL dunk contest, I would watch that.
And dare I even say that there's a possibility that I would actually find a flag football game between NBA players and NFL players to actually be a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, you're right about that. We had a lot of responses earlier this week about the passing of Robert Duvall. And Robert Duvall died earlier this week. So many great roles. He was always seen as kind of a gruff guy with a heart of gold, and no matter what role he played. There were some exceptions where he was a bad guy, but not many. Not many.
Really. No, not really.
And here's a note from a listener, 304-552. Dave, I met Robert Duvall filming Gods and Generals. I forgot he was even in that.
No, that's right, yeah.
I forgot. He was in so many good movies. Dave, I met Robert Duvall filming Gods and Generals. Nice guy. Talked to us a lot between shoots. That's funny. He would play rough guys on TV, but he does seem like in person he'd be kind of approachable.
Everything I've heard about him is that he was just a gentleman, a nice guy, and like I said the other day, like a real life cowboy, like a real life guy that was a Hollywood star who lived the ranch life all the time.
I appreciate the fact that somebody sent me that because it reminded me we need to do a question of the day sooner than later again. It's probably time for a brush with greatness question.
Oh, yes.
Okay, where you talk about your interaction with celebrities or sports figures. All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, it'll be time to play in or out. Stay tuned.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I was proud to be a soldier.
I told the truth and got kicked out.
And so I thought to myself, I'm taking this rule down.
If you're an LGBTQ plus veteran, your memories are important too. Share your story with the Library of Congress Veterans History Project, where firsthand accounts from U.S. military veterans are preserved and made accessible for researchers and future generations. Visit loc.gov/vets to submit your stories, photographs, and documents today.
Veterans, plan ahead to ensure your loved ones are safe.
Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement. We believe retirement starts with a plan. Saving for college starts with a plan. Your legacy starts with a plan. Do you have the right plan? Call our team at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra. Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Virginia.
All right, welcome back to the show. We're going to play in or out here in a second. Mountaineers putting some things together in baseball. Put 3 runs on the board in the top of the 5th. They lead Liberty in Lynchburg now 3-0. Marshall softball, top of the 7th inning in Charlotte. They put a 3-spot up in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now in the top of the 7th, they lead Jacksonville 3-0. And Marshall baseball in Charleston, South Carolina against the Citadel this afternoon. The Citadel has scored a run, and they lead the Herd 1-0 there in the 2nd inning. All right, boys, what do you say we play some in or out? Every day at this time, we focus on the stuff you talk about at the office. We call it in or out. The setup is simple. 3 categories: food or beverage, gut reaction. Finally, this one's about a celebrity, the topics of which change daily. Let's get started with food or beverage. Coop, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
So we've kind of been talking about it all afternoon. So it was on this date in 2009 that Hershey's, the largest U.S. candy maker, closed its factory in Redding, PA, and moved to their new facility in Monterrey, Mexico. And once they got to Monterrey, that's where they will be. That's where they have been manufacturing the Zagnut, the Peppermint Patty, and the Fifth Avenue candy bars. But in particular, I want to talk about Zagnut. Zagnut, in or out?
You know, I think generally speaking that as far as the Zagnut goes, I think that the Butterfinger is superior because it has the chocolate on it. The Zagnut's just too messy for me, man. I like the taste of it fine, but it falls apart. It's a little too messy. I got to be out.
Gonna be out. Zagnut, you've heard us talking about it, Ryan, but it's just a rumor to you, right? You've never had one?
And you'll have one tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Chris Lawrence bought you one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to bring you one tomorrow morning. So, Zagnut, in or out?
Well, I've heard them compared to Butterfingers, and I don't like Butterfingers. I don't like the flaky texture. I prefer my candy bars. I prefer with chocolate, supported by either nougat or peanut butter.
Nougat.
So I'll be a tentative out.
Tentative out.
But who knows? My opinion may change come tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you're going to be singing a different song tomorrow. Zagnut, you know, Zagnut's got coconut, and so I'm a sucker for that. So I'm going to be in.
Okay.
Going to be in on Zagnut. All right, gut reaction is next. Oh, Coop, here you go. This thing has got what you like. Guinness World Book of Records.
Here we go.
And Michigan stuff.
Okay.
Grand Rapids residents Brad Haverkamp and Caleb Dang officially broke the Guinness World Record for the longest singles pickleball marathon, playing continuously for 28 consecutive hours. They were only permitted 5-minute breaks each hour during their record attempt. They actually failed in their first attempt. So this was a second attempt for the record, which they got. The longest continuous pickleball game, 28 hours straight, in or out.
Wow. Yeah, pickleball. You know, the last time I was in G-Rap, I actually went to go see a...
G-Rap.
Yeah, the G-Rap, nice. Man. The G-Rap.
Nice.
Yeah, the last time I was in the G-Rap.
Nice.
I went to go see the Glitch Mob, you know? And a little 7 Nation Army, stuff like that. I was, like, by far the oldest person there. By decades, the oldest person there. Anyway, yeah, I'm out on this mess.
I'll have to tell you about the time I slept in the rental car return lot at the Grand Rapids Airport one time.
Oh, yes.
The good times. Ryan.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this? A pickleball marathon, 28 straight hours in or out.
Man, this is a lot of to-do about a sport that no one cares about.
Careful there.
Oh, who am I going to get in trouble with? The retirement home?
Oh, careful.
I'll be out.
Going to be out. That is potentially a future question of the day, by the way. Pickleball popularity. And you would not believe the television ratings on pickleball. Seriously. 28 straight hours of pickleball, you know, if that's your thing, that's your thing, who am I to say? I'm in. Finally, this one's about a celebrity, Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana. She will be returning to Disney Plus for the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special on March 24th, featuring an in-depth interview with Miley Cyrus before a live studio audience. Alex Cooper, who's your daddy, is going to conduct the conversation. Miley Cyrus, in or out?
Honestly, you know, I don't know much about her Hannah Montana era or anything like that, but I kind of like Miley Cyrus. I really like a bunch of the rock covers that she's done over the last few years. She has an amazing voice. She's a great singer. I'm not somebody that goes out and buys the CDs, but as far as the talent goes, I'm a fan. So, yeah, I got to be in.
Ryan, what are your thoughts here? Miley Cyrus coming back to the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special.
Well, when I was growing up, I only knew her as Hannah Montana, and when she came out, like, for her first single, solo album, I was like, wait a minute, where's Disney? Why isn't she wearing the wig? What's going on? But I respect her a lot as an artist, so I'll be in.
You know, I really like this story. I mean, I think it says a lot about her confidence in her creative growth, that she can embrace being Hannah Montana. I can see where she was trying to maybe run away from that early in her career, but I think this is a pretty good story. And besides, there's no 20th anniversary special without her in it, right?
No, not at all.
And in fact, the fact that she agreed to do it is the only reason they're having one. So I'm going to be in on Miley Cyrus. All right, guys, thank you. Oh, Aristotle Jones is back. He's next with another episode of Sounds Good West Virginia. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Morgan Pemberton. A well-known middle school basketball coach in Huntington is dead in a double fatal shooting.
Huntington police say 39-year-old Darius Johnson and 26-year-old Adrian Phillips, both of Huntington, died of gunshot wounds they suffered in a 14th Street parking lot early Friday morning. No arrest had been made. Johnson was the coach of the St. Joe's boys middle school basketball team that had just completed an undefeated season and a Cabell County Middle School championship. St. Joe's principal Carol Templeton posted, quote, "Our entire St. Joseph school family, our students, families, and staff mourns the tragic loss of our beloved coach, mentor, parent, and friend." State lawmaker Sean Hornbuckle posted a photo of Johnson along with this message. "A lot of pain and hurt for our city right now. We've got to be better than this. Love you, my guy. Thinking and praying for the Phillips, Johnsons, and the community." I'm Jeff Jenkins, WVU MetroNews.com.
The House Finance Committee today decided not to discuss the bill that aims to reform the Hope Scholarship. The scholarship provides financial support for families seeking educational options outside of the public system. Hope mother Katie Schweitzer was there to speak against the bill.
Acting for the kids, stop playing with politics, support both kids, public and Hope School and private school, and just make it happen for everybody. It should be about the kids and their education. It shouldn't be about adults.
It's unclear when the bill will go back on their agenda. You're listening to Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
If you have a child who's a junior in high school in West Virginia or know someone that does, please listen up. Here's your opportunity to win a full scholarship from West Virginia Wesleyan College that includes room, board, tuition, and fees. The 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program is presented by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. The deadline is May 3rd. For details, go to WVMetroNews.com to apply. That's WVMetroNews.com. Remember, application deadline is May 3rd.
Now showing on Metro News Television, your friends at Hope Gas and Greer Industries present State of Minds. Hoppy Kercheval talks with former WVU quarterback and Super Bowl champion Jeff Hostetler.
I mean, it was just a phenomenal time, my first game, and to be accepted as a Mountaineer.
State of Minds now showing on Metro News TV, presented by Hope Gas and Greer Industries, only on the Metro News Television app.
The National Weather Service has issued separate advisories, watches, and warnings for the state as we head into the weekend. A flood warning is in effect for 6 counties, including Boone, Lincoln, and Logan. A wind advisory was issued for the Potomac Highlands until 10 tonight, while the majority of the state is under a special weather statement for windy conditions. And a winter storm watch is in effect for 12 counties that could see snow accumulations between 5 and 12 inches. That will go into effect Saturday night and last through Monday evening. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Morgan Pemberton.
Ask yourself what you will miss more, your children or cigarettes. As long as I can remember, my mother smoked. She died from lung cancer when I was 16. I could not take the chance of continuing smoking and not being here for my daughter. I know how much I needed my mom still, and I didn't realize it until I had lost her.
You're not just quitting for yourself. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
All right, welcome back. 26 till the hour. A couple of things to get you caught up on. We're getting down to it. In the other semifinal of the men's hockey at the Winter Olympics, it looks like the United States is going to be advancing. It is now 6-2 the United States against Slovakia with 4 minutes to go in the third period. A win by the United States puts the American team in the gold medal game Sunday morning against Canada. Canada scored a goal with 35 seconds left in the third period, and they defeated Finland in the first semifinal today, 3-2. So that's the story there. Marshall softball. They win. They blank Jacksonville in Charlotte this afternoon. Game over within the last couple of minutes. 3-0 the final. Jules King on the mound for the in the circle rather for Marshall. What a performance! 7 innings, shutout, 12 strikeouts, no walks, allowed 3 hits, 1 extra base hit, a double, but no runs allowed. She moves to 3-3 on the season. Marshall softball is now 6-7 on the campaign. Also, Marshall baseball. Marshall is trailing the Citadel in Charleston, South Carolina, 2-0. That is in the bottom of the third. WVU baseball this afternoon. The Mountaineers are now leading Liberty 3-0. The game is in the top of the 6th inning. One other point about WVU baseball. The scheduled game in Lynchburg against Liberty on Sunday, because of the impending storm that's rolling in this weekend, that has been rescheduled. Now WVU and Liberty will play a doubleheader tomorrow, and the first game will start at 1 o'clock. All right. Oh, you know what? Let's get Aristotle Jones into the mix. So we got another episode of Sounds Good West Virginia, so let's crank it, Coop.
Oh, those West Virginia.
Welcome back to the party, pal. What's going on, Aristotle Jones? What's happening?
I'm so happy to be back to hang out with you guys tonight.
Hey, man, we're happy to have you. What was going on last week? Just a well-deserved day off, or was it business-related?
Well, you know, man, every once in a while the Appalachian Soul Man has to take a week off. So I was just on the road, had a sound check, so I wasn't able to make the show, so I wanted to let you guys know. But I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah, darn right you're back. And you know what? Let's talk. You know, we always start this segment with where you can go to hear live music inside the state of West Virginia. We do that, and then we also focus in on musical talent that needs more attention in our state. And the musical performance in a venue features you. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I don't know if folks realize it. During the legislative session, like, they have different theme days. And so folks can come in and kind of like get a chance to have some FaceTime with your legislators during this time. So on Monday is Black Policy Day. And so I'm going to be performing there at noon right underneath the Capitol Rotunda. It's my 3rd time doing it. It's always been like just an amazing moment for me to be able to sing West Virginia Hills in that environment, and it's super cool. Now, what's really interesting about Black Policy Day is great because, you know, they bring in students from like the Eastern Panhandle and all over the state to have a chance to meet legislators. And I don't think people realize, just if you're like in Martinsburg, like how far Charleston is away. Or, you know, so, like, it's a great chance for some people that maybe didn't have an opportunity to participate in, like, civic engagement to get out in front of the legislative body. For me to be able to sing there is awesome. So you can find out more about Black Policy Day at blackpolicydaywv.org. And it's open to the public. You still got to go through security and everything, but if you just want to come out and have a chance to participate, come on out on Monday. If it's not snowing too bad, hopefully everything still goes down. So.
There you go. There you go. How many songs do you think you'll be doing?
I'm playing from 12 to 1, so I have the whole noon hour. It's kind of like everybody be having their lunch and walking around. So you'll be able to hear it, and you'll definitely hear West Virginia Hills. It's never sounded better than when it sprang off of that gold dome.
There you go. That's fantastic. All right, so that's going to be Monday at the Capitol. So go out there and see Aristotle Jones. All right, what's our good sound of the week?
Well, our good sound of the week is the Soda Pop Gypsies. You've heard them on the show. We talked about them on the show before. They're out of Randolph County, but this weekend, they're going to be the guest on Sounds Good to Me, so everybody can hear like an extended interview with Jamie Kittle, who's the lead singer. Fresh off of their release of their self-titled debut album, the Soda Pop Gypsies, that are optimistic for 2026. They talk about how they get their gigs, what type of music they play, their musical background. You get to even hear cool stories about how Jamie met her husband, the guitarist. And so it's a real great interview. So check that out right here on WCHS at 8 a.m. and in Morgantown on WAJR at 9 a.m. on Saturday. We also are in WDNE in Elkins and in Clarksburg on WKMZ on Sunday. So you can check out Sounds Good to Me. And you can hear the music from the Soda Pop Gypsies. So I figured we'd listen to one of their songs. Here's Liar, Liar.
All right, here we go. Soda Pop Gypsies. All right, Soda Pop Gypsies, Liar, Liar. They're going to be on Sounds Good to Me this weekend with Aristotle Jones, and we're talking with Aristotle right now. Hey, man, tell me a little bit about this Fayetteville Songwriting Festival that's taking place this weekend.
So going on this weekend, I didn't get a chance to tell everybody about it last weekend, so I wanted to make sure you hear about it. It's a great songwriter festival in Fayetteville that works to raise money and awareness for the Coda Mountain Institute. It happens February 19th through the 21st, so it's going on right now. It happens at various locations throughout Fayetteville, like the Love Hope Center for the Arts, Southside Junction Tap House, New River Yoga in Very Rare Vintage. It has tons of great songwriters featuring like Sarah Rudy from Hello June, Ron Soul, as we know from Mountain Stage and Beyond,
right.
Randy Gilkey, Dowcord, and many other performers, including Abigail Spenger from Blue Twisted Steel. And they just released a brand new song today, so we get to premiere a brand new song from Blue Twisted Steel. And the same theme is kind of like Liar, Liar. Here's Low Life by Blue Twisted Steel.
Here we go.
Out on the concrete, lying at sundown with you. We open the windows to let in the light of the moon. I know you. So that I can feel like a muse. We'll start out on empty and end up running on fumes. We'll make do.
I tell you what, Abigail Spangler has a really unique sound. She's got a really strong sound.
It's amazing, and they're doing a songwriters round tonight at South.
Oh, Coop, did we lose him? I think we did. Anyway, we'll wrap it up here. So, Sounds Good, West Virginia, with Aristotle Jones. Don't forget to hear his program on many of these same stations tomorrow morning here in Charleston on WCHS. You can catch him right after West Virginia Outdoors at 8 a.m. Hey, Coop, quickly before we go to an episode of the Capitol Report with Jeff Jenkins.
Yeah.
Basketball, high school basketball tonight on our flagship 580. We've got action where Hoover's going to be at Nitro. That's at 7 o'clock.
That is correct, yes.
All right, and then we're all over the Mountain State Athletic Conference showcase tomorrow.
We'll be doing a lot of games.
Yeah, so that's going to be happening at the South Charleston Rec Center. Capitol plays tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, that's the number. That's for the third slot game, so that's for the third place game, Capitol and South Charleston.
And then we've got the girls and the boys championship games, and the girls game tips at 6, followed by the boys game, right?
That is correct, yes.
All right, so there you go. So tonight, 580, Hoover and Nitro, 7 o'clock. That's on 580, also on 96.1. And then tomorrow, the MSAC action. You got Capitol playing at 2 o'clock. And then the girls' final, followed by the boys' final That'll tip off a night of basketball beginning at 6. All right, let's go ahead and do a 180-degree turn here. Here's Jeff Jenkins with today's episode of the Capitol Report.
This is the Metro News Capitol Report, brought to you by AARP West Virginia. AARP is your ally for real possibilities in the Mountain State. Connect on social media at AARP West Virginia and learn more at aarp.org/WV. Today's report in 60 seconds.
AARP is your wise friend and fierce defender as you age. Life changes fast, and so do the challenges. Scams are getting more sophisticated, and caring for loved ones can feel overwhelming. That's why AARP is here. We're working to help you protect your hard-earned money, sharing tips and tools to help you spot frauds and scams. Every day we're supporting family caregivers and fighting for things like expanded, affordable, high-speed internet service and ensuring access to home and community-based services that are so critical to family caregivers. With 250,000 members in communities throughout the Mountain State, AARP is your trusted advocate at the state capitol and beyond, fighting for policies that make life better for older adults and their families. Everyone in the Mountain State needs someone in their corner. That someone is AARP. For more information, connect with us on social media at AARP West Virginia or find us online at aarp.org/WV.
The 60-day legislative session ends 3 weeks from tomorrow. State Senate Finance Committee Chairman Jason Barrett says that should be enough time to hammer out a compromise on a tax cut and a new state budget. The Senate passed both of those bills today, a 10% tax cut and a budget that includes $300 million in spending for the Hope Scholarship. Barrett told Senate members several times during his floor remarks, this is a process. It's important to have a vehicle to get things started.
It sends the bill over to the House for them to come to the table on a tax cut. We've talked about offsets, the governor's talked about, everyone's talked about offsets. We have a plan here that starts that. And it's now going to be in the House of Delegates for them to come to the table to talk about offsets that they will support, to get us to a tax cut that we can all agree to.
Also at the Capitol today, anticipated discussion of the House bill that proposes changes in the Hope Scholarship program, but that discussion never happened when the bill was pulled off the agenda for more work. Metro News statewide correspondent Brad McElhaney says Hope supporters didn't like it.
Those families were upset. Many of them talked about coming a long way, wanting to be heard, thought that it was hijinks. They declared hijinks.
I'm Jeff Jenkins on Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Hi, I'm Lane Tobin, and I'm a project consultant with Civil and Environmental Consultants. Growing up in West Virginia, I always dreamed of giving back to my community. That's why I chose CEC. As an employee-owned firm, we combine big company support with a close-knit culture. From stormwater management to new pedestrian trails, with every project, I see the impact we're making, and I couldn't be prouder. CEC isn't just where I work, it's where I make a difference. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
Worried about paying for college? Metro News is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College, including room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to WVMetroNews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to WVMetroNews.com and apply today by May 3rd.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kercheval. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement, and we craft detailed financial plans for people like you because you're building your retirement your way. You deserve advice that's built to handle what your life brings. To meet with your Stike team advisor, call us at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Lawrence. Make plans to join me at the Mountain State's premier fishing, hunting, and outdoor sports show presented by Can-Am, Saturday and Sunday, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Over 200 vendor booths and 100,000 square feet of everything outdoors, all under one roof. Great prizes, seminars, and kids fish for free in the Academy Sports Trout Pond. It's the 24th annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Doors open both days at 9 a.m.
All right, welcome back to the show. About 9 minutes till the hour. A couple of other things, little odds and ends, want to get to here before we have to wrap it. College basketball tonight. You know, West Virginia is on the road at TCU tomorrow. Don't forget, that game's on Peacock. And Marshall's on the road as well. We talked a little bit about the Herd earlier. They got a big win, arguably the biggest win of the season. Roaring back from 16 points down last night at Appalachian State to win 94-93. They are now tied for the lead in the Sun Belt, and as you go down to the end of the season in the Sun Belt Conference, remember the top two teams in the regular season standings advance right to the semifinals of the conference tournament. That's not that far away. But Marshall goes to Coastal. They play Coastal tomorrow in Conway at 1 o'clock, and of course Conway handed the Herd one of their most disappointing losses of the season earlier this year at the Cam, where the green and white blew a big lead. So that's tomorrow. Games tonight. A couple of interesting, tasty games here. Indiana's at Purdue. That's going to be the game that's going to be on Fox tonight at 8 o'clock. Both of those teams, obviously, comfortably in the picture as far as the NCAA tournament is concerned. Purdue more than Indiana. Purdue is ranked 7th in the country. Indiana, former WVU coach Darren DeVries has got the Hoosiers in the conversation. They go into the game tonight with their net in the low 30s, so they're in a pretty comfortable situation. I guess maybe the other interesting game tonight is Bowling Green at Miami. Miami remains the last team that's undefeated in the nation right now. They are 26-0. They're 13-0 in the MAC, but they're only 22nd in the country. Their strength of schedule is hurting them, obviously, in the net. Bowling Green, 16-11, 7-7 in the MAC. They're a pretty good basketball team. So will Miami lose a game before they get to the conference tournament? They're favored tonight by 8.5 points. The other thing that's talking about the Big Ten, I thought this was a pretty interesting story. How about Curt Cignetti and his brand new deal that he's got at Indiana, raising his pay at Indiana now to $13.2 million. So Cignetti, of course, won the national championship, with Indiana, and he gets a boost to $13.2 million. That's amazing when you think about it. Who would have believed that just a couple of years ago that Cignetti would be making that? That is tied now for the highest salary in college football. So Curt Cignetti, you win a national championship, you get paid $13.2 million. I mean, if you take out the postseason, that's $1 million a game. That'll work. College baseball. WVU is playing Liberty. The Mountaineers continue to lead that game 4-0. They're in the 6th inning in Lynchburg. We mentioned this before. Because of the impending weather that's going to be blowing through the East Coast, the Mountaineers game with Liberty on Sunday has been pushed back to tomorrow. So the Flames and the Mountaineers will play a doubleheader tomorrow beginning at 1 o'clock. Marshall continues to trail in their baseball game, first of 3 in Charleston, South Carolina against the Citadel, top of the 4th inning. Hurd is losing 3-0 there. Marshall softball won this afternoon against Jacksonville, 3-0. Things are running a little bit late in this tournament in Charlotte. Marshall is scheduled to play the Charlotte 49ers within the hour. They're going to play 2 games there today. And the United States hockey team, it's now final. They beat Slovakia this afternoon 6-2, so they advance to the gold medal game Sunday morning against Canada. Let's take a break. We're back to wrap it up for the day and the week in a moment.
Talking to your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No, but did you hear that vaping can cause irreversible lung damage and nicotine affects brain development? Nuh-uh. You don't need to gossip if you want to have an open conversation about vaping. So if you want to get tips on when and how to talk to your kids, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Moving Day, a walk for Parkinson's, is happening around the country. More than just a walk. Moving Day is a fun experience that unites the community in the fight against Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's doesn't stop, and neither will we. So let's get moving. Join the Parkinson's Foundation to learn more and register for an event in your area at movingdaywalk.org. That's movingdaywalk.org.
The Library of Congress invites you to visit the revamped Veterans History Project website, where firsthand accounts shared by U.S. military veterans are accessible to the public. Performing a search of the collection is easy. First, go to loc.gov/vets. Click Explore the Collections. Scroll down to Search the VHP Collections and click. Make sure you're searching this collection, and with simple keywords, you can find what you're looking for. Visit loc.gov/vets today.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit connecttoeffect.org to find resources and ways to stay connected. Presented by AARP Foundation with support from United Healthcare.
Hey, everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Honey. Hey, I'm here for you. Tell me about school today.
When kids can't find the right words, music can help them sound it out. Talk to the kids in your life about their emotional well-being. Find tools and resources at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
To the big-hearted, the bold, the teachers, the growers, the builders, the change makers. We need you. We are the Peace Corps. In more than 60 countries, we go the distance to make a difference. We're volunteers, partners, communities, bringing our experience, joy, and passion to building a better world together. Are you looking for more? Then we are looking for you. Join us at peacecorps.gov.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for the show today. We thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned for the news at the top of the hour. Sportsline is on the other side. My name's Dave Weekley. I will talk to you on Monday, beginning at 3:06, right here on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.